Ah, playing Intimidate games. That's a clear sign that you are cheating. Yes, playing Intimidate games. Everyone knows you must play 3-minute games, otherwise you're cheating. That was a long time ago. I used to be good at chess. But now I prefer to compete only with myself. Wait, I just need to hit continue, don't I? Yeah, but play my... Wait. Are you... Hold on. I don't think I should say that. That sounds bad. You almost got me. You almost got me. I'm switching my water. Random Fox, we have Command Fox. So this is Night Cell. What do you think he was brought in, Mr. Edgeworth? Why does he have all this stuff? Is that a menu? That looks awesome. It had to have been the evening of the 25th, just after the incident at the lake. And then at some point you wound up in the prison. Proper, but how? He's got a mirror showing the camera. There must be some evidence here that will point in the right direction. Let's get looking, Mr. Edgeworth. Why is there a ball and chain on the desk? Reflecting in the mirror is... security camera. I do take my time brushing sometimes. Security camera, the great thief's greatest hit me. Nothing about this place is very thief-friendly, if I'm being honest. I think that might be entirely deliberate, Kay. Guard! I can retrieve the footage from this security camera and review it as carefully as you can. If you see anything out of the ordinary, inform me immediately. Yes, sir. I can't help but notice there's no, like, sink. Is this supposed to be the sink? Sink and shower? Turn days to freedom, an escape story, life as a pet stylist, understanding animal emotions, you'll laugh tomorrow, an anthology, making money while serving time. Second chance at life. A scour scene and expecting anything to catch my attention. I'm interested in the food menu. Amu rice! Can I come, old Sipo? Come, Stern. Have good dreams, and, take care of yourself, okay? What's the menu doing here, Mr. Edgeworth? See those held in the detention center are able to choose what they'd like to eat each day. They can afford it, that is. Money makes the world go round, I guess. Doesn't that make life super easy for rich detainees? Okay, bear in mind that people held in these cells haven't been found guilty yet. Also, rich people have an easier time in life no matter what. Alright, thank you. Some of them don't deserve to be punished. Quite a few of them, in fact. So you're saying it's fine that people with money don't have as hard time as ever... I can't talk. I lost my ability to talk. So you're saying it's fine that people with money don't have as hard a time of it as everybody else? Arg! How did I wind up defending the practices of the detention system? Wow, that's a lot of books. Let's take a look. 3 of them are the same, looks like. Let's take a look. You'll Laugh Tomorrow, an anthology. Understanding animal emotions. Life as a pet stylist. Maybe there was more to Mr. Knight than met the eye. Sadly, I don't think these were his. They're likely especially selected and placed here for the detainees. With the hope they would want to better themselves during their first time here. Second Chance at Life, interviews with a former prisoner. These books appear to have been written by current model prisoners and former inmates. I like the look of this one. 200 Days to Freedom, an escape story. This one too, Making Money While Serving Time. Oh, there's 3 volumes of it. Okay, this photo may have more deeply rooted problems than I thought. Look at this weird piece of paper. It's a crossword puzzle. Is it? There's some sort of grid on it. Let's take a closer look. Is it a crossword puzzle? Oh no, it's a paperboard. Alright, Bishop G2. White's winning. It's upside down. Is it upside down? I don't think I know the right word about it. Shouldn't it be the opposite? Either that or the kings both switch sides for some reason. Alright, if I were playing white... Oh, wait. Yeah, white's winning. Okay. I like Rook C1. The check plays block. You can also bring the rooks out. I don't know. Could appears to be a chess diagram. Victims, I suppose. What's a chess diagram? Visual representation of a game of chess. Tell locations of all the pieces are marked. Seems to be a closely fought contest. But perhaps if this pawn were... No, wait. No, Mr. Edgeworth, there's no time to be playing games. Suppose you're right. Well, this isn't the first time I've seen this configuration of pieces. It's from a different perspective, but it was definitely the same game. He's playing against the assassin. Perhaps it'd be wise to take another look at the evidence in my possession. This chess game. I've seen it before. Enough with the chess chat, Mr. Edgeworth. We're supposed to be investigating here. Focus. I am investigating. This particular bit of chess chat could prove to be vital. Now, take a look at this. Can you tell me what it is? It's a chess set we saw in Mr. Canis' cell. But I don't really know the rules of chess, so rules of this game are not important here. What is important are the positions of the pieces. We're the one in Mr. Canis' cell with these. Do you notice anything? Ah. I don't know which piece is which or anything, but if you turn the diagram like this, there are pieces in the same squares. Indeed, there's no dog in the diagram, but that's to be expected. That's a really... I think that could be a good night. Apart from that, however, the pieces are identical. What does that tell us? Why have more correspondence? Oh, you know what'd be crazy? What if you had, like, monster chess? I mean, you can have the same moves as chess, but, like, have, like skeletons as pawns, and, you know, you have the Cerberus as a knight, you have, I don't know, the rook could be, like, a rock golem. The bishops can be, like, you know, liches. The queen could be a succubus. Never mind. Yeah, every idea I come up with is, you know, already taken. It's fine. It's unlikely it may seem Mr. Canis' chess opponent was Mr. Knight. This could be just the proof we need to show that Mr. Canis had a connection to the victim. Alright, look at the toilet. Oh, the bowl is nice and spotless. There are no signs that the toilet paper has been used. It needs to be in order with this toilet here. What? Are you serious? Wow, what's wrong? There's no door. There's not even a curtain. We're designing this place to thought a little more about the people who have to live here. There might be a reason behind the open plan layout. There's something else. Oh, is it the window? I was trying to look at this. There's like a note here. Standard barred window, no signs of having been tampered with. think there's any chance our killer escaped through here. I must remember to bring something to saw through the iron bars with. They say fail to prepare, prepare to fail. Gotta get a chance to scope this place out. Okay, we're investigating a crime scene, not preparing for your eventual escape. Gotta inspect anything that catches my attention. Well, there's something different about this spot on here. Part of the floor is weirdly clean. So I wipe it down or something? Why is that only a king of 4 pawns? Oh, that sounds weird. Last time I only do this part right next to the bed, though. This bed doesn't look very comfortable. That pillow cover is very clean. Spotless, in fact. It's the kind of bed Gummy sleeps in. I can just picture it, can't you? No, since he's more of a mattress on the floor type. Pretty nice suit jacket. I'm doing some research of my own. Oh? And what have you discovered? I discovered that the guys who look good in suits tend to be popular with the ladies. Somebody call the newspapers. People that look attractive are more attractive. Don't worry. Guys with Philly neck ruffles are next to my... Wait. So we call people attractive because they're more likely to draw partners? Huh, I never thought about that. No, I'm not high. Cut that off. Guys with Philly neck ruffles are next on my research list. Please stop. Hey look, this newspaper's got a chunk of it missing. You're right. 2 of his pages have been roughly torn out. But why? Maybe Mr. Knight wanted to clean his cell, but didn't have a cleaning cloth. Not a total impossible theory, I suppose, but we would try to clean their cell. This pillow looks really weird. Then again, I kind of would like a pillow that you could, like, somehow tie the thing up. I have a pillow that I keep between my knees when I sleep, and for some reason the pillowcase comes off every night. I don't know why. I think I sleep very restlessly. I mean, I told you guys that a lotion bottle fell on my bed in the middle of the night. I have no idea how it happened. Can we do this anything? I mean, it must be, right? This part of the floor has been wiped clean. Maybe spill some grape juice? Who knows, but we can certainly imagine we should do the wiping. I probably do need a body pillow. I've been using a Squishmallow to hug in my arms. I actually do kick while I sleep. My dog learned very fast that if she's bothering me while I'm sleeping, she has to not be near my feet. So she would, like, go over there and, like, you know, like, jump on the bed and then, like, jump off as I try to kick her. I think she thought it was a game. I think something magical we used with wiping. Front page of that newspaper. I wouldn't just ask a guard for a cloth or something, though. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to see what he was doing, what he was wiping up. Oh, that was it? That was quick. I think we're about to exhaust this cell. Makes significant progress by establishing a connection between Mr. Canis and the victim. This is bad, sir. Is that the guard? No, it's the security cam footage, sir. I watched it and... What is it? Can you show it to us? Yes, sir. I have a small playback monitor with me. Then what are you waiting for? Let's see it. What's that? A black thing. Is that the dog? That's that dog, right? Until now, our assumption was that the crime had taken place inside the prison proper. So that assumption may have been wrong. Next, been attacked in this location.
Take that!
Right here in the detention center. And the perpetrator was indeed Mr. Canis' dog. This is just the evidence we need. I tried to, but my dog would only... So what my dog would do is, so when I was trying to sleep, she'd jump in the bed. Like when I was trying to get to sleep. She'd jump in the bed, she'd reach under the covers, and grab my leg. With both paws, she'd grab, and she'd pull my leg to her mouth, and she'd sit there licking my leg. Just lick, 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 lick. Getting all the lotion off my leg. And then she'd wander off to wherever she slept. And then in the morning, she would come, and she'd be like this. And she'd just come right up to me and just stare. She wouldn't bark. She wouldn't do anything. She'd just stare at me. And when my eyes opened when I woke up, her tail would just start wagging. And if I didn't wake up fast enough, she'd start shoulder checking the bed. Just like shoulder check. And just make the whole bed shake like it's an earthquake. The only one time, she only slept with me one time. For any length of time. I was sick. I had this fever. I was freezing and shivering. And so she jumped up in the bed with me and put her back to me. And kept me warm for a few hours. And this is when I was actually murdered. One piece of evidence we found here in the cell takes on a whole new meaning. That cell is a crime scene. Which piece of evidence takes on new significance?
Take that!
Before nice cell was wiped clean. Presumably to remove something. Could something have been his blood? Thank you, officer. Would you mind doing me one more favor? Name, sir. There's a detective by the name of Gumshoe somewhere in this facility. How do you give him a message? Tell him to have the cell tested for traces of blood and to report the results to Edgeworth. You got it, sir. Now I can really go after that Canis guy, right, Mr. Edgeworth? No, not yet. We just don't know how Knight and the dog moved between the cell and the prison proper. Guys, that's what we need to figure out next. What's the play, Coach? Where are we off to? You know, I kind of wonder something. If a person is already in jail for multiple murders, what do they care if they get convicted again? I expect one of the guards might know something. Just ask those posted nearby and see what they have to tell us. I got a pretty big bed, so I had no problem my dog getting into it. I will say that when she did jump in the bed, she used to jump in the bed before me and just lay diagonally across it, taking up the whole thing. And so I'd get into it with her, and she would just huff at me and leave. I miss my dog. Okay, time to get asking. Huh? Oh, look, there he is. Thanks for tour later. Oh, thank you for the pats. Your sunglasses are so stupid. Oh well, Mr. Prosecutor and his little friend. I didn't expect to run into you here. Must be my lucky day. Oh, do we need to run an ad? Yeah, we do need to run an ad, don't we? Alright. Let's run a quick ad. And I'll be right back, okay? My system was way too fast. Alright, we got 24 seconds. You want a Fox story? We can't do a Fox story because we were in the middle of an ad break. Five, four, three, two, one. Alright, we're back. I can't really tell many stories during this either, because if I stop to tell a story, we're gonna fail to finish today. I want to finish this. I want to finish this case today. Expect to run into you here. Must be my lucky day. Agent Shilong Lang of Interpol. Brandon Fox. We have Empress Fox. He's in charge of a case I worked on 2 weeks back. I thought he'd gone home to Zing Fa after that, but here he is. Got some business to take care of, I take it. Agent Lang? You can say that. Doesn't need to concern you, though. Hee, first a black hound, now a wolf all in black. Hey, wait, why are you all alone today? That's true. He's usually accompanied by an army of police officers. And you were at it again a couple days back. Stick your nose into things. A couple days back? Ah, he means the incident with the president of Zing Fa. Actually, I thought you might be there as well, heading up security detail. Our president doesn't have much faith in the efficacy of his own country's police force. Maybe now he'll think twice before using contractors again. Amateurs. He doesn't have much faith in prosecutors or the courts to do their jobs right. Which is why he's so meticulous about investigating with his hand-picked cream of the crop officers. Indeed, no doubt things would have turned out differently had you and your men in charge. I'm in, huh? Yeah. Those guys aren't around anymore. What? They're not? It's funny, isn't it? I'm a real lone wolf now. That's not funny. Ha 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 ha. What are you saying, Agent Lang? What on earth happened? I told you. It doesn't concern you. See you around, Mr. Prosecutor. Oh, he seems not okay. Yes, I would very much like to know why. There's nothing we can do about it right now. What about Agent Lang later? You have an investigation to conduct. Alright, let's start by talking to these guards. How about you? I was wondering, have you seen an enormous black dog wandering around here recently? That thing? No way. If I had, I'd... Well, let's just say I'd be a lot more nervous about staying a guard here. So, do you and this dog have some kind of history or something? Now, Kay, you should know when to let sleeping dogs lie. By the sound of it. Kane's dog hasn't been spotted on this side of those heavy security doors. I don't know, you seem pretty nervous. Oh man, I'm in so much trouble. What's the matter? You seem perturbed. Oh, well, you see, one of my uniforms is missing. Echo Sworno's right here in my locker. Did it go a pair of legs and run off somewhere? Where did that idea spring from? Yeah, I hope you track it down soon. I'm rooting for you. So thanks, I appreciate it. Hey, are those my faithful assistants I see before me? Oh, this guy's back. Bender, and where exactly have you been? Where have I been? I've been looking for you two. Been searching high and low. Wandering lonely through the prison... Lonely? Is that even a word? Hold on. I don't know. It's a word, okay? It's whatever. Through the prison halls, it was terrible, I tell you. Prison's over there on the other side of the facility, boss. So listen, I just got the lowdown on some seriously dynamite material. You want to hear, right? Right? Seamless. I was chatting with a few of the guards and they told me something très intéressant. Turns out Broncaster himself a little incident 2 days ago, pre-mortem, if you catch my drift. An incident? Simeon told you he came to visit his pal, right? What happened right after they'd wrapped up, when Bronco was being escorted back to his cell? There's just one guard and he was handcuffed. Obs. They met him back and the guard was taking off his cuffs when Broncaster clobbered him. Knocked the poor guy out cold. Something might have been the prelude to a jailbreak. Because when other guards showed up, they couldn't find their comrade's keys. Were there any rumblings about Knight attempting to escape? That spit the fries the old noggin. There were none. He just sat in his cell, then turned up dead. What's more, he swore right to the end that he never stole the keys. Turned his cell inside out, too. But no dice. Guard was stuck. What do you have to say? Nothing. Poor guy was still out when they took him to the hospital. Or is he still there? To this day, people say if you walk into the hospital, they'll say, prisoner check, the guard will pop up. So there's nobody around to tell us what really happened. My key is missing. What the? It's you losers. Sorry, that's all we need. Why are you still hanging around here like a bad smell? Hey there, little buddy. Listen, Miles here is working with me now as an associate. Nonsense, you're all just here to cause trouble and turn my investigation into a fart. It just means farce, of course. Simple slip of the tongue. No, I think he's just stupid. Seemed like a reasonably apt choice of words to me. Just Gabble, great to see you again. I know who you are. You're Simeon Saint's attorney. Guilty as charged. Now that we've broken the ice, how about a friendly... She's not a hugger. Or not. I'm totally cool either way. Now, did I hear you correctly? That Mr. Edgeworth has joined the defense team? Yep, and me too. We're officially employees of Edgeworth & Co. The prosecutor is a public servant. You draw your sword on the goddess to work for a personal gain? Not a problem if I'm not getting paid, though. Correct? Yeah, exactly what he said. Miles here is just a volunteer. We're all about the pro bono stuff over at Edgeworth & Co. How wonderful. So you all work without reward. The goddess would surely approve. Yeah. I'm a regular philanthropist. Just Gabble, I was hoping to ask about the grounds for Simeon Saint's arrest. That information is all I need. Is that a challenge I hear? No, I was just asking Judge Gavel. I'm always ready for a little verbal combat. Show you what it takes to be a real winner. How's it verbal combat if you'll let me speak? Still, this could be proved useful. Fine, we'll do as you suggest. Now, if you could begin by telling us why Mr. Saint was arrested. There'll be no need for that. It's just we should... not now, Gavel. Watch and wonder. As I put this pathetic prosecutor in his place. He's going to run rings around me. Probably. I think you meant to say that you would be the one running rings around me. And I will, so badly that your ears will be ringing. Prepare to be humbled, Edgeworth. Alright, you want to know why I arrested that man? It's simple. I found evidence of him all over that thing. I have some winningly incontrovertible, conclusive proof. And who saw the truth first? Why, me, of course. Winner by name, winner by nature. I hate him. Where did I him again? Look at you, utterly lost for words in the face of such mastery. Take your silence as yet another win. Honestly, does he ever shut up? You said you were the one who arrested Mr. Saint. Do you even have the authority to do so, Mr. Winner? Obviously, it was the police who actually arrested him. I told them to do it, so I think I can claim the credit, don't you? Of course, that's what he meant. Sigh. It's clearly going to take a while. No shame, really. I'm much more interested in what Judge Gavel is silently thinking over there. I don't know why I arrest that man. I'm not going to press here. Because I don't want to hear him talking more than I have to. So I found evidence. Evidence of him all over that thing.
Hold it!
Evidence of him was all over that thing? Could you be a little more specific, Mr. Winner? Don't we have to spell it out for you, Edgeworth? I don't even you could put two and two together. Not messing around. The onus on you to provide a comprehensible testimony. I'm Eustace. I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth and his friends would be very interested to learn how you cracked the case. They certainly look keen to hear about it. Fine, if you insist, I'll fill in the gaps. Brace yourselves, because this is going to blow your tiny little minds. I shouldn't even know, but the victim had, wait for it, a chess set with him. That chess set was covered in the fingerprints of a certain Mr. Simeon Saint. Praise be to the gods for justice for the insight she offers, and congratulations once again, Eustace. Do not object. Aww. Fine. Many says my trip. Oh, by all means, please do. Alright, fine.
Hold it.
I'm just checking, bud. You do know who it is you arrest? You do know who it was you arrested, correct? Eh? Is this some kind of joke? Of course I know who I arrested. It was Simeon Saint. Don't know he remembers that much, at least. I had rock solid grounds for arresting Simeon Saint. First-rate reasons.
Hold it.
Wait, he changed the words again. Rock solid, you say? I'm impressed. Hold on, I know what you're doing here. You're trying to butter me up. Well, it might work on the chumps you meet in court. It won't work on me. The evidence we found is certainly rather damning for Mr. Saint. Perhaps you should tell Mr. Edgeworth about it. Eustace? Dane was right, and it was on the strength of that evidence that I decided to arrest him. Your fingerprints were right there, all over the victim's chest set.
Hold it.
But you weren't the one who actually found his prints, were you? Of course not. I'm a prosecutor. I leave the dirty work to the forensics. Fingerprints are certainly a problem. Then that chest set was... Just take another look at the evidence. How's that for some winningly inconclusive proof?
Hold it.
The only incontrovertible fact here is that you don't know how to give a proper testimony. What are you talking about? It's not my fault if you can't keep up. Perhaps I could be so bold as to offer some additional details? One finger was found at the scene belonged to the guards, the prisoners, the victim, and Mr. Saint. I think Mr. Saint's were the only prints that had no business being there. Yes, exactly. Now, do you get it, Edgeworth? I do, but I'm not sure about you. There are other prints belonging to the victim and the guards, so only Mr. Saint's were out of place.
Hold it.
If there were other prints at the crime scene, shouldn't those people be suspects too? Yeah, hey. Other people? I don't think so. And why not? No, Mr. Saint's prints not been found on the chess set. Those others would indeed have been suspects. Yet somehow his prints were there, despite the fact they had no business being there. Exactly. And Mr. Saint was, Saint is neither a prisoner nor a guard, but he should not have been able to enter the prison. Finding his prints in a place he shouldn't have had access to is grounds enough for an arrest, no? Yeah, what she said. Not bad, Gavel. You're too kind. I hate this kid more by every passing moment. Who saw the truth first? I'm not even repeating that. Screw him. You saw it first. And I suppose you can prove that? I made the connection the moment I saw the crime scene. It was a lightning-fast deductive leap. What more evidence do you need? Well, you haven't given me any evidence at all so far, so... Hey, you just don't get it, do you? Well, don't worry. We can't all be born winners. I'm not sure I even want to get whatever it is he's talking about. There it is. I figured out in a flash, a matter of light years. The winner wins again.
Hold it.
Are you sure you mean light years, Mr. Winner? Maybe? How is this person a lawyer? He seems so stupid. Light years are measured distance, no, not time. It's just an easy mistake to make. I mean, I can see him being in Congress, but, not a lawyer. I'm basing this off of, a video I saw one time where some sort of congressman in the U.S. was concerned about putting military equipment onto Cuba because they were worried that the island would capsize. Capsize means turn over and sink. Islands don't work that way. Anyway. Oh. What that pause for? Was he rebooting from a blue screen moment? Well, that was kind of vague and really hard to follow. Indeed, perhaps I'd better start by teaching him how to properly express himself. Don't hold back, Mr. Edgeworth. Knock him into shape. So the fingerprints on this chest set are the ace up your sleeve. The what up my what? Oh, yes, the chest set up the ace's sleeve. See, my problem, I already have enough trouble speaking, but this person is speaking nonsense. Constantly. So, I'm all, like, my brain automatically is trying to correct what he's saying, and then I just can't talk. That's right, Edgeworth, I got a winning hand, as usual. Only your winning hand is a busted flush. But you see, it was Simeon Saint who brought that chest set to the victim in the first place. Therefore, it's only natural that his fingerprints are all over it. Yeah! It took a while to sink in. Illusion, those fingerprints aren't proof of anything, and Mr. Saint's arrest was premature. Premature? The incident took place here within the walls of this facility. And being neither a guard nor a prisoner, it makes very little sense to suspect Mr. Saint. Oh. Arg, now what? Yeah, I think you might be the premature one here, Edgeworth. I think you were the one accusing me of being hasty. Don't I just work out what that word means? Try to identify Mr. Saint as a suspect faster than pretty much anybody else. And I won the race when it came to picking out the crucial evidence, too. I'm quick on the draw, you see. But hasty? Not at all. You're right, Mr. Saint isn't a guard or a prisoner here, but he was. Eustace. There's Gavel. But butt out, Gavel. I have him right where I want him. Forgive me, Eustace, but if I may. While the particulars of the suspect are indeed fascinating, don't we have something a little more impressive to share with the prosecutor? Something more impressive? Good mind, Mr. Edgeworth. Eustace made an ingenious deduction concerning the murder weapon. Perhaps you would like to hear it. Yes, of course that. Well remembered, Gavel. This is this, Edgeworth. Prepare to be amazed. Was the ingenious deduction explain why Mr. Saint was arrested? Let's just say you won't be disappointed. Let's just say I don't believe him. Chose Gavel to deliberately defer to the conversation away from my line of questioning. What exactly is she up to? She's trying to cover up the truth. Whereabouts is the murder weapon? Act 1. The murder weapon was some sort of metal blade. Act 2. Particularly deadly blades are strictly controlled within the prison walls, as we both know. These two facts have concluded that the weapon in question must have come from outside. Must have been hidden inside the chest set. That's what I think anyway. Since the only prints were found on the chest set belonging to the victim and the suspect. I'd say it's blindingly obvious who brought the weapon in and used it, wouldn't you? Nothing else, testimony this time is a little more comprehensible than the last. The winning deduction brought to you by one Winner Eustace, prosecutor extraordinaire. I hate you with every fiber of my being. Why, one Winner Eustace, prosecutor extraordinaire, if you ask me. How can anyone even hide a weapon inside that chest set? Hey, good question. Why don't you take a look for yourself? That chessboard? Suppose there's only one way to find out. Oh yeah, why didn't I think of this? There's nothing here but chess pieces. Yeah, haha. Oh, that laugh is really something. Seems pretty convinced the weapon was hidden in here somewhere. Let me take a closer look. These are chess pieces, right? I've seen the ones you have in your office. How come these are black and white? Most chess pieces are. The ones in my office are custom made. I think they're unique and probably valuable. I like the sound of that. She got that glint in her eye. She better not be planning a robbery. False top? What? Stuff flying at the top opens like a flap door. There's plenty of room in there. Indeed, more than enough to hide something like a small knife. But where did the knife go after being used? Ingenious, no? The killer snuck in the weapon in by... Ha. Ha? What do you mean, ha? Let me finish, will you? I fear you've not been listening, Mr. Witter. Perhaps you've simply forgotten. Consider is outfitted with a security gate. Huh? I mean, yeah, and? Security gate also acts as a metal detector, Eustace. We must pass through another one on the way into the prison itself, remember? Aha, yes. Yes, that's right. Of course I remember. Definitely didn't. It would have been impossible to smuggle a metal blade through such a gate and into the facility. Which seemed to blow a rather large hole in your reasoning, Mr. Winter. That gate's only used to scan people. Any items they bring into the facility are only subject to a cursory check. Tell me that the cassette wasn't put through the metal detector? Should have been. Alas, it seems that the guards have grown a little lax in that regard of late. Okay, he didn't bring in a knife. What did he really bring in, you think? Oh, very good. Thank you, Gavel. It's my pleasure. Now, Mr. Edgeworth, if you would be so kind as to begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination? It's like she's holding a trial. Well, no matter. Let's see how well this ingenious deduction of Mr. Winters holds up, shall we? Back when the murder weapon was some sort of metal blade.
Hold it!
A metal blade, you say? And do you have any evidence to support this? Ah, you mean you didn't even look at the victim's injuries? I'm not surprised, you third rate. The blow was a stab wound to the neck. It was delivered by a knife-like blade. That must absolutely beyond doubt. Thanks. And they're already gone. So yeah, Observed by a knife-like blade, that must absolutely beyond doubt. I think it's the second person to come in here and put that exact same message in. Interesting. Yeah, I'm checking something. I mean, we all agree that's a bot message, right? Anybody disagree that's a bot message? Definitely a bot message? Okay, let me see if I can fix that. That's the second one I've seen. The first one I... Don't add that person, by the way. Streamlabs is blocking these? No, it's here. Moderation. Alright, do you think anybody's going to use the phrase unique vibe? I'd love to connect. Alright, so I blocked these two phrases. And... There's nothing in there that's, like, super unique. So it's very hard to, like, I can't just, like, block the name, because that's just not gonna do anything. Let's make a new name. So can somebody check to make sure those individual words are okay, but not the phrases? Don't actually try the phrases. I'm sure the phrases will be blocked. Think that one's better? Or are you think in addition to? Alright, you got it. Can you guys see when I add stuff? I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Alright, we'll see how that works. Alright. So I've also blocked ideas, add me on Discord. But yeah, I remember the other day when I said don't add anyone from... that you don't know from Twitch on Discord. That's why. Someone did the same thing the other day. So the bots finally figured out how to get around my blocks. We added some new ones. Good luck, bots. Your move again. Here's they're not yet aware of a certain other piece of information. Yeah, lost words, are we? Now just keep going. Our brilliant deductions don't end there, you know. I also just want to point out, just because someone is stabbed by a knife-like object doesn't mean it's metal. Like, I can stab you with a piece of plastic shaped like a knife. Henry's deadly blades are strictly controlled within the prison walls, we both know.
Hold it!
The fact that such objects are strictly controlled doesn't mean they're actually forbidden. Well, no, but I mean, some of the prisoners used scissors to cut the animal's hair in. That avenue of inquiry was conscientiously pursued, as you no doubt recall, Eustace. Yes, only one bladed object had been assigned out by a single prisoner at the time of the incident. The item was tested for traces of blood, but none were found. He was referring to the scissors Mr. Sewit was using. There's no way the blade in question came from inside the prison. These two facts I conclude the weapon in question must have come from outside.
Hold it!
Outside? What does that mean, exactly? Haha, the opposite of inside, you numbskull. Is that an attempt at clarification or a put-down? Because it clearly accomplished neither. What you mean to say is it must have been brought in from outside the prison. By Mr. Saint. Honestly, Edgeworth, you haven't figured that out by now. And you're an even bigger loser than I thought. Feeling is mutual, believe me. Mr. Saint clearly brought the murder weapon into the prison. The question is how. It's been hidden inside the chest set. That's what I think, anyway.
Hold it!
But no weapon was found at the crime scene. And there's nothing inside the chessboard, either. Curious, Mr. Winter, do you also have thoughts about where this weapon might be? Well, the perpetrator must have hidden it somewhere in the prison. Is there a problem with this claim? What's the problem? He hid it somewhere inside the prison. That seems unlikely. In fact, I can prove that's not the case. That suggests the murder weapon isn't hiding somewhere in the prison.
Take that!
What? That's your evidence? Yes, and it's quite conclusive, I think you'll find.
Overruled.
Ignore him, Eustace. His evidence conclusively proves nothing. Oh, right. I knew that. Wait, really? No, that was back home, Miles. Then where's this proof of yours? That certainly proves there is no murder weapon inside the prison. Show the proof you need, Mr. Winter. Oh.
Take that!
They said they searched it. I was starting to worry about your memory, Mr. Winter. Didn't you and the good judge search the prison with Warden Lagarde? And didn't you fail to find a likely murder weapon? Oh, yeah, take that. Slap in the face. Well, yes, but I guess we just missed it, that's all. Wow, way to undermine yourself. You're saying your search wasn't entirely thorough? You, the so-called winning rookie? Stop making fun of me. This is the absolute... There. This is the absolute example of can dish it out but not take it. You've been calling me numbskull, loser. Blah, blah, blah. We, heaven forbid we should say something like, oh, you didn't do a good job as you thought you did. And now we're the bad ones. Where's Angry Fox? Why can't I find Angry Fox? That's the wrong button. Oh, wrong button. Angry Fox. There we go. Angry Fox. Stop making fun of me. Eustace. Calm yourself. Breathe deeply. Do not allow your opponent to get under your skin. You're right. I hate him. I hate him. I'm a winner. Why should I let a third-rate loser like Edgeworthless here get under my skin? See, look, he just says, stop making fun of me. All we said was, you know, what is exactly what we said? You're saying your search wasn't entirely thorough? You, the so-called winning rookie? That was too harsh, but he'd say, you know, Edgeworthless, you know, third-rate loser. I'll thank you to leave my name out of this. I'm Kay Faraday, and I'm A-OK. Okay, I like that. That's great. Not you two, please. No! I don't hate him! I hate him so much. I wanted... Why can't he be murdered? Not you two, please. Look, it's simple. Since my first rate investigation didn't turn up any weapon. It means there wasn't one to find. Which leaves only one possibility. The murderer took the weapon with him when he left the prison. That's why we couldn't find it when we looked, obviously. What you're proposing is impossible. This proves why the culprit couldn't possibly have taken the weapon out of the prison with him.
Take that!
More memory told, Mr. Winter? Now you're forgetting things you yourself said. Are you making fun of me? Again? Really? Oh, so you remember what I said? Perhaps you might have been better served by remembering this. Oh, what's that? Are you stupid? Oh wait, does he seriously not remember? It certainly seemed that way. There's a security gate leads you to the entrances to the detention center and the prison proper. Coming from the prison, anyone leaving the facility would have had to pass through both of them. Alright, calm down. Calm down. Two gates, both fitted with metal detectors. Oh wait, now I remember. Looks like I got his memory back. So as you can see, there's no way anyone could have taken a weapon out through both gates. And therefore there's no way the murder weapon could have left the building. Ah! Yeah, take that slap to the face. In which case, Mr. Edgeworth, perhaps you would care to tell us where you think the murder weapon might be. It's still here on the premises. That's the only possible conclusion to be drawn. We searched the prison from top to bottom and couldn't find anything. Because you were never going to find anything to begin with. Now we're laboring under the misconception that it's the Wade you were looking for. Yeah, we know the truth about what happened to Mr. Knight. We've seen it with our own eyes. That's quite a claim. I assume you have the evidence to support it? What was the weapon that was used to commit the crime? Take a look at this, Judge Gabble, and the weapon used in this case will become clear.
Take that!
This is the footage taken from a security camera trained on Knight's holding cell. Now watch it for yourselves and see. Yeah, take that! Slap to the face again. What the, that's the how? So this captures the moment the victim was attacked by a black dog. Although, this does remind me, one time I was at summer camp. And do you guys remember the lanyard things you get? Where you, like, braid them and do things? I was working on one of those. And, some guy was getting on my nerves and just came up and talked to me. And so I gestured for him to leave with the hand holding the lanyard thing. And it turned into a whip and left like 4 welt marks across his face. I felt bad about it, kinda, but he did go away after that and never bothered me again. The footage captures the moment the victim was attacked by a black dog. More than sufficient proof of how he really died, wouldn't you say? Yes, it's certainly significant. So now we know that Knight was, in fact, killed in his cell by a vicious dog. The dog that moved the victim's body to the prison workshop post-mortem. We know that thanks to an eyewitness who saw the dog in the workshop when the body was discovered. Of course, I think we can all agree there's no way the dog could have planned such a crime itself. It Yeah, I fear it may be his handiwork after all.
Overruled.
That's quite enough of that, Mr. Edgeworth. Judge Gavel? You're correct that this footage is an important piece of evidence. It also raises an important new question. A question that I suspect you have also been asked yourself. She's right. There's one major problem with my version of events. Black Doll is one that belongs to one of the inmates. How did it move between the holding cells and the prison proper at will? Oh. How do we answer that one, Mr. Edgeworth? Truth is, I don't know, yet. Yeah, of course not. Can't Wonder Boy, you didn't even notice there was a problem.
Overruled.
Until the defense provides an adequate explanation, the court cannot accept your line of logic. That's all. This court is adjourned. You know, this reminds me of something. So I remember a long time ago, I do try to be like environmentally conscious. But I was talking to somebody about windmills, wind turbines, electricity generated by wind. And the argument against them was that you have to put in electrical cables, and that they could never generate 100% of the power needed. And I'm like, that's not the point. The point is, some steps are better than nothing. That's like, you know, somebody, you know, let's say somebody's trying to lose weight. And it's like, oh, let's say I need to lose 100 pounds. If I can't lose 100 pounds by tomorrow, there's no point in even trying. What? Like, you don't have to solve 100% of the problem in an instant. It's okay to work towards it. It's okay to set goals and work towards it. I've been working on getting my arm more freedom of movement. So my issues right now are when I go up, my tricep muscle or tendon or whatever can't stretch right, and so I have trouble with fully extending it up, straight up. Like I can't put my elbow behind my head with that arm for some reason. It just doesn't work. So I've been working on stretching that out. And over the course of time, over the last couple of weeks where I haven't been on Beat Saber, that's what I've been doing. I've been stretching it like at work and stuff. And so I have a lot more range of motion than I had even last week. But I'm still not quite where I want to be. That's why I'm taking one more week off Beat Saber. I didn't mention that, but I'm taking one more week off Beat Saber. It's Mother's Day anyway. So I might be having dinner with my parents, so... anyway, that's not the point. The point is that it's okay to work towards things. I kind of lost my train of thought. That's all. Court is adjourned. But wait, there's still so much more to explore. Court is no longer in session, Mr. Edgeworth. You would be so kind as to leave the courtroom. Court was never in session in the first place. Once again, this court is... You're a lunatic. Although I am going to start doing this with people I don't like at work. There's only one person I don't like at work. But I'm going to start doing something like, oh, don't let me detain you, and do like a dismissive gesture. Is that rude? The dismissive gesture at work rude. This move, like this. Can I do it? Like, it's not really working. It's not really tracking very well. Like this. Like, we just like wave them for them to leave. Like. Anyway, whatever. Once again, this court is adjourned. You might have all the answers yet, but you haven't explained anything either regarding Mr. Saint. What do you mean? Just we don't yet know how the dog made it into one of the detention center's holding cells. You can't know how Mr. Saint could have made it inside the detention center, let alone the prison either. He would have been allowed as far as the visitor's room to see his friend, but no further. So it's hard for me to conceive how he could have committed a crime in a place he had no access to. Judge Gavel, I believe it's your turn to provide some proof. Proof that Simeon Saint was able to enter the prison.
Overruled.
Haha. You wish for the court to provide you with proof? Highly irregular, but very well. What? Do you actually have something? That seems like a good time as any. I suppose you have been kind enough to share your own theories on the case. What's she building up to here? Mr. Edgeworth, I expect you don't know what Mr. Saint does for a living, so allow me to fill you in. He is a circus performer. A what? Yes, perhaps you've heard of the Very Big Circus? I'm silly, darling. Of course I was. Yesterday was a very big, important day after all. Or in what way exactly? A big meeting of some kind, perhaps? Me? Oh, heavens no. Couldn't think of anything worse. Yesterday's circus came to visit. You see it now, I assume. As I'm sure you're aware, a show was held yesterday for the prisoners' entertainment. A show featuring animals and performers, performed by members of the Very Big Circus. Does that mean Mr. Saint? Yes, Mr. Saint was allowed inside the prison as part of the show. A fact that's been confirmed beyond reasonable doubt. Nugu! She held on to that fact to the last possible moment. I ran with my own theory, and only afterwards she used it to reveal the truth. Wait. Let out, gal. I have him right where I want him. I'm Eustace, but if I may, all particulars of the suspect are indeed fascinating. Let me have something a little more impressive to share with the prosecutor. She must have steered him onto a different topic back then, too. Yeah, ha. I got you good, didn't I, you third-rate prosecutor? That has nothing to do with you. Gentlemen, this court is well and truly adjourned. Let me offer a word of advice, Mr. Edgeworth. Your conduct as prosecutor is already in question. You do well to remember that you were removed from this case for that precise reason. What are you trying to say? That the committee reserves the right to confiscate your badge at any time. Should you wish to retain it, you would do well to avoid crossing paths with us again. Is that a threat? God's justice is compassionate, Mr. Edgeworth, but she is not endlessly forgiving. Oh, and one last thing. You are no defense attorney. Abandon this foolish pretense. Thank you for your concern. I do not abandon anything. When I start, I finish. Well, do try to remember that two jobs are not one and the same. A defense attorney is expected to develop something of a bond with their client. Next time, finding out your client's real occupation might be a good place to start. Gnurk! Now, I really must be going. May the goddess of justice watch over you all. You know, I always like reading about stories where they have like a priest of justice or whatever. A priest serving the god or goddess of justice. And they basically just go around like spiting people that are evil. So Simeon lied to us. Not just you two. Guy took me for a ride too. What's his deal? Whoa. You're not having second thoughts about all this, are you, Milesy boy? Sure, Judge Gavel is a tough cookie, but that doesn't mean you can just give up the ghost. Defense never rests, as a wise man once said, and that goes for associates too. Don't worry, Fender. I have no intention of resting. Nevertheless, our assumption that Mr. Saint couldn't have entered the prison have been proven false. Which means we'll need to restart our investigation from square one, I'm afraid. Well, we're back to square one. Well, maybe we won't finish this today. I'd hoped we would, but I guess maybe we won't. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? I'm trying to finish it. What do you think I'm doing? You withheld information from me. Why? Eep, I didn't withhold anything. At least I didn't mean to. Okay, so you are a member of Very Big Circus, right? No, I mean yes, but no. I'm not really a member. I'm still new. That's irrelevant. You're still a member. Eep. Nope, he's dead. Cookie! No. Ate the cookie. It's gone. Let's try this again. Why didn't you tell us? Because it would have looked so suspicious. Me being a performer in a circus show. And me being friends with Bronco. I thought that if anyone found out, nobody would believe I was innocent. Maybe you, Kay. I thought I made it clear, but I believed in you. But when you stare at me like that, I get so terrified. You're a real smooth operator, aren't you, Miles? Any other clients carrying tips you want to share? You're really not helping, Fender. And at this rate, it sounds like we really will need to question him about everything all over again. So, what do you do at the circus, Simeon? He's a monkey tamer. I'm an animal tamer, kind of. I'm still learning the ropes. That's so cool. Do you get to train lions and tigers and bears and stuff? Lions, tigers, bears? I saw it coming. Oh my. No, 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 no. I work with this little guy. Told you, monkey. It's pretty tame already to me. Not exactly a tamer, more like one of those old-timey organ grinders. Not now, Money. I'm trying to... Oh, you little scamp. Wait, Money the monkey? I thought he'd be dead by now. Oh, that's kind of interesting. It's like, Ratatouille. Someone tells me this organ grinder's being monkeyed around. When I spoke to you before, you said you worked at a company. I was telling the truth, because Circus really is a company. We all have titles and everything. Well, that's the first time we've heard us hear no evil. Master CEO, and I guess you'd call me a gopher. I even have a line manager. She's head of the animal taming department. It's part of the showbiz division. She's just an inspiration. There isn't a creature in the world you couldn't convince to do her bidding. Even Miles here? I'd like to see somebody whip him into shape. I am not some kind of creature, Fender. Sign manager, is she working with you on the show? Yes, you're just two. Well, it's not that big of a job compared to what we normally do. She's just the one performing on stage. I just do all the monkey work. But I did have a bit part this time. So 2 members of the circus are relevant to this case. Alright, talk to me through your movements here at the facility. Sure. Came to see Bronco at around noon 2 days ago. That's when you brought him the chess set. Yes, and that same evening I started to work on setting up the stage in the yard. Look it! Look at the cloth. It's so hard I had to haul everything by myself over multiple trips. They let us use one of the rooms in the prison for storage. Workshop A, I think. Workshop A, where Knight's body was found. And your boss didn't help you? Oh no, I could never ask her to schlep all that stuff around. Like I said, the monkey work's my job. Once it was all set up, we did a run-through, and it must have been, midnight by the time I left. Next morning, I was back and ready for the show, which started at 8 a.m. Didn't perform till 10. Mercedes was the only one prepared to have entered the room where the body was found. And Knight's body was found immediately after the show had ended. Do you have any idea why you were arrested? Why so quickly? I've never seen a guy get booked so fast. Usually even Little Winter wouldn't just pull somebody in on a hunch. Never understand the power of an underdeveloped intellect. I think I might know why. I was moving all the stuff. I went to go see how he was doing. Bronco, I mean. Went to the holding cell on your own? Tell me you had permission. No, it wasn't a formal visit or anything. I just sort of snuck over and hoped no one stopped me. You just seen him earlier that same day. Why take the risk? I know him since we were kids, when both of us were all alone. He doesn't have any family, you see. Just like me. I knew he'd be feeling lonely, that he'd want somebody to talk to. So I had to go see him. You don't have any family? For a while I had my dad, but he passed away when I was a little kid. Losing one's father as a child, I know that pain all too well. Just like you and me, Mr. Edgeworth. There's nobody else nearby when you went to see him? No, the other holding cells were empty, and I didn't see any guards. Yeah, well, someone must have seen you, or you wouldn't be in there. Oh, no. I must have passed so bad, didn't I? So something happened while the two were alone together. At least I imagine that would be Winter and Judge Gabble's thinking. In any case, I think we all need to speak to your boss next. Last I heard, she's supposed to be around today, too, somewhere in the yard. Tell her I'm sorry, won't you? I'm so sorry. I can't believe I let this happen. Sure thing, Simeon. Look, we're here for you. If there's anything else we could do, just say the word. But I mean, there's nothing I can do for you in return. You don't have to worry about that. We're friends. We know what it's like to be in your shoes. We're all part of the same club after all, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Unfortunately so, I'm afraid. Thank you for sharing such personal details with us. By the sound of it, you had little reason to kill Knight. If anything, you're the one most affected by his passing. What's more, I simply don't believe a person as gentle as you is capable of murder. It's always the ones you don't suspect, though. Rest assured, we believe you, and we will get you out of here. Well, what do we have here? A gosh darn defense attorney, that's fun. Bravo, big guy. I can't believe I'm saying it, but you even reminded me of your old man for a moment there. I did? From the Book of Gregory, an attorney is a friend to the friendless. Simeon Mibuckle, this guy will suffer any hardship for your friendship. Things are going to be shiply amazing. I realized Talk Like a Pirate Day had come early this year, Fender. It's just a thing. You never know when a pirate will strike next. Hey kid, you want some candy? No thanks, I don't like sweet stuff. Bummer. I wouldn't mind a nice ship myself. I'll greet these galleon for the Dread Pirate K. Yar be hearties. We'll sail the 7 seas together and claim the greatest treasure of all, the truth. Shiver me timbers, you two will be the death of me. Come on, let's set sail for the prison yard. But no sea shanties on the way, please. Look, the shutter's open. That's the way out to the yard, I believe. Let's go take a look. Come on, what are you waiting for? Yeah, someone's excited. So this is the famous yard. Circus performance taking place here just before the body was discovered. Check it out, it's like the backdrop of some epic festival. Those pictures were assembled here when the body was discovered. Which means that anyone who saw the show has an alibi. Alright, time to take a look around. Eek! Okay! Stop hitting me! Help! Mr. Edgeworth! You could just move away. The elephant can't move. The elephant's trapped. Cease! And desist, you beast! Ah, somebody, ouch, help, ow, me! Stay, I see ya, stay. Who's that? Oh, her! Remember her? Oh, you found a new friend to play with. Good for you, girl. Play with your elephant nearly ate me. No way, she'd never do a thing like that. And she doesn't even bite, at least not very often. Her forehead is massive. Look how big her forehead is. That's like half her face. Like a bear here to here. Anyway, so just have a taste for human flesh. It's like meeting a real live elephant up close. Aren't you glad you did? Yeah, glad I didn't die. You did have fun, right? Right? There, sweetie, don't cry. She had a wonderful time, didn't you, Kay? But don't mislead the poor girl, Fender. She did? Oh, I'm so happy. Here, let me make it up to you. How about a hug? Keep your trunk to yourself. Hee hee. Oh, another new friend. Isn't this just the best day ever? I am Associate Defense Attorney Miles Edgeworth. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I haven't even introduced myself. I'm Regina. It's so nice to meet you. Okay, Great Thief Extraordinaire. And Mr. Associate, Defense Attorney's Greatest Associate. Great Associate. Whatever. Self-introduction brought to you by the word convoluted. Your elephant's newest friend is Mr. Fender, the defense attorney. Oh, it's not just any elephant. That's the Zia, the Asian elephant. Zia stopped by the second you told her to. You really have a way with animals, Regina. Well, I wouldn't be much of an animal tamer if I didn't. Sorry, I had a cough. What? So you're Simeon's boss? That's right, Regina Berry, head of the Animal Taming Department, Showbiz Division, Very Big Circus. It's so lovely to meet all of you. At least it means it's. Whatever. Pleasure's all ours, mademoiselle. Named Eddie Fender. I'm a bit of an ace attorney. Yeah, everyone's an ace attorney. So much for whipping me into shape. Yes, she's perfect. What are you muttering to yourself about, Kay? That positivity, that charisma, that energy. Regina, you'd make a perfect partner in crime for the Great Thief Yadagara Sul. Great Thief? That sounds like fun. My animals and I have stolen the spotlight quite a bit in our time. That's one thing we don't want to steal. Gotta keep it on down low. I'll stealthy ninja-like. Where's the fun without a show? The down low sounds like it might get me down. Bummer, I think we got a fundamental difference of opinion going on here. It would indeed appear that negotiations have broken down. Maybe next time, Kay. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, let's get cracking. Too bad we can't see much of what's beyond that metal fence, though. Indeed, we're in the source need of information in addition to evidence. Therefore, we should make an effort to talk with any person of interest as well. Let's start with the elephant. Asian elephant named Azia, and one of the Very Big Circus of many animals. This one seems very fond of petting humans, based on what we've seen. Well, most humans. You can't just glare at her like that, Mr. Edgeworth. She'll think you're trying to show her who's boss. Are you telling me she thinks I'm one of her kind? No, she respects you, I guess. How comforting. What's with the dead fish? Hey! What are you shouting at? Monsters usually have goldfish in them, right? I want to see if they'd come say hello. I want to see water striders. The water striders are cool. They can walk on water like ninjas. Whoosh whoosh. Man, I wish I could do that. Too much for the goldfish. A wicker basket, or rather a cart, given the wheels. Oh, smells like an animal's. Suppose they must have been using it to move things around. It would be fun to hop in and race down a hill. Oh, you know what else would be fun? Racing down a hill in office chairs. Where did any of that come from? Or did we say something else? This must be the stage for the show. Think people would be interested in a great thieving show? The police would be very eager to attend. This door appears to be locked. Want me to open it? Can't guarantee anything, but I'll certainly give it a try. Now, if we deem it necessary, we will simply ask for the key. Spoil sport, that could have been my chance to shine. You're free to shine somewhere else, but you'll not make an audience out of me. We're gonna ignore her for now. A simple, sturdily built well. I wonder if it's work with the prisoners. Smells like a bunch of tools lying around. There's a long piece of rope and a pretty heavy-looking weight. Let's see, it weighs 30 pounds. Oh, and there's some pulleys, too. Okay, can you stop touching everything in sight? Oh, come on, it's not like I was going to take anything. What exactly were they being used for, I wonder? I'm Mr. Attorney, sir. And how are you today, if you don't mind me asking? Today, we just talked to you earlier, Mr. Sweat. Oh, heavens, I do apologize. Ever since I came to call this place home, I've been working on my interpersonal skills, you see. In order to be as annoying as possible, I'm currently helping out with the circus show's stage teardown and cleanup. But if you have need of me, I'll do my utmost to help. I'm shipping in and doing what I can. Model prisoner that I am. As my stay in this prison has seen me reborn. The Frank Sewit you see before you is a changed man. A changed man who now targets the recently deceased. No, you misunderstand. That was just a moment of madness. A moment of madness? Ugh, you're a disgrace to all thieves everywhere. You're right, of course. I can't deny it. I still have a long way to go. As a thief? Anyway, as you can see, I have a shiny new bracelet now. So it's a straight and narrow for me. Like I say, I'm a model prisoner. Not the real model prisoner would need to keep telling me that. I'm doing everything I can to prepare for my eventual return to society. You even skipped the show to focus on your training, didn't you? That's right, only 2 inmates were absent. Sewit and Canis. Why don't you tell us about Mr. Canis sooner? Oh, that. Look, I don't think there's an inmate in this prison who would talk about him if they didn't have to. Well, you can say he's the real one in charge around here. Am I supposed to run an ad? You'd hear from me, but well, I guess it comes from being the fixer. Alright, looks like we gotta run an ad. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and go brush. And I'll be right back, okay? 3 minutes. And... Oh, sorry, I took a little bit too long. I'm back. Sorry about that. They ain't for me, but well, I guess it comes from being the fixer. The fixer? Yes, anything you need, he can get it for you. Just my headset. But how does he get away with it? I'm not sure, but he's the only one who does. I heard he has a secret way of getting things into the facility. I imagine being the fixer affords Canis certain privileges. Not that I concern myself with such things anymore, of course. I'm far more interested in perfecting my mud pack application technique. What are these mud packs exactly? They're a special type of mud treatment, rich with minerals. It works wonders on their coats. I'm practicing on the animals here in the prison. We'll treat them all eventually. I tell you, it doesn't matter what kind of mud it is. Dogs love getting into it. Speaking of mud, that reminds me of a certain piece of evidence. Maybe I should try presenting it to him. That's the rubber glove I dropped. Would you care to explain why it's so dirty? Oh, of course. That's the mud from one of the pet treatments I've been practicing. I was giving one of the animals a mud pack right when the incident happened. I see, around what time would this have been? Let's see, the show had already started, so around 9 AM perhaps. The thing is, the more the mud I applied, the more in the zone I got, and the darker the animal's fur became. There's no trance quite like the trance one enters when one siders an animal with thick black mud. I think the stress of prison might be getting to him. A dog didn't attack him. Of course, all thanks to the warden that we have access to such wonderful distractions. I'm eternally grateful, I truly am. But wait, if he was still applying it, was the animal with him when it happened, or did the animal get away and kill? Alright, well, I think that's all we're gonna get from him for now. If you're the head of the animal taming department, you must be Mr. Saint's boss. That's right, my dad founded the Very Big Circus. He passed away. He was murdered. I'm sorry to hear that. We have a new ringmaster now, and he's made the circus bigger and better than ever. He's such a nice man, and he was a good friend of my dad's, too. Well, that's great. Lucky you. I know, right? It was his idea to set up departments like animal taming, magic, and ventriloquy. Well, animal taming and ventriloquy have more than one person right now, though. But the Very Big Circus is getting bigger and better day by day. If I could quit coughing, I'd be in good shape. Oh, you guys are really going places. We're going on well. I'll leave them to it. The circus show. Can you tell me about this show? Oh, it's a wonderful thing. It even has a story. And not just any story, it's a love story. Isn't that dreamy? Yeah, it sounds like a regular riot. So who's the star of the show? Let me guess. You? No, silly. That'd be Azia. And she falls in love with none other than Regent the Tiger. It's a heart-rending saga of forbidden interspecies romance. Whoa, Nelly, I've heard of odd couples, but that takes the biscuit. That's not all, there's a love triangle, too. So romantic. That sounds pretty incredible, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? The elephant is the heroine? I suppose there's a first time for everything. And, who's the third wheel? Oh, that would be the big old meanie who tries to tear our star-crossed lovers apart. Oh, what animal do you think it is, Mr. Edgeworth? Given this a circus, perhaps a lion? I think a raven would be cool, like the Yatagarasu. Hehe, nope, it's a sneaky monkey. That certainly lowered the stakes. I mean money, right? Nope, again, the role of the monkey is played by Simeon. Money's far too small to play against Azia and Regent, silly. And the evil villain tries to tear Azia and Regent apart. What will become of the fate of Twosome? It's so exciting, isn't it? Oh wow, it sure is. So Mr. Say was more than just the little helper he claims to be. Poor Simeon. It'd be terrible if he couldn't perform with us anymore. Can you tell me about how you set things up for the performance? Oh, that's not really my area. Simeon took care of all the lifting and carrying. He's such a sweetie. He often do everything by telling me to concentrate on the show. I didn't see him doing something near that well, though. Oh, wow. I recall seeing one behind the stage. I should examine it in more detail. Should have seen him moving those huge cages around all by himself. He's a total hero. Yeah, it sounds like something he would do. Weeping all the while. He's going back and forth between the yard here and some sort of workshop with all the equipment. Prison gave a special permission to use it for storage. He's the only one who went down there, so I don't know much more than that. Workshop must be the one where Knight's body was found. Guess this confirms that Mr. Sane was the only performer to have gone into Workshop A. Well, this sucks. All we're getting is information that works against us. You tell Simeon, Mr. Attorney, we're all counting on you. See if it does. He may not look it, but Mr. Edward knows how to get things done. What exactly does he may not look it supposed to mean? Let's go back and look at the well. Simple story, but well, blah blah blah. I gotta sneeze again. Sneeze. Be cool to go one stream without sneezing. Like a miracle. There's a long piece of rope and a pretty heavy looking weight. Let's see, it weighs 30 pounds. Oh, and there's some pulleys too. Okay, can you stop touching everything? We already did all that. Oh, a second. We already did all this. Sorry, I missed. Sorry, wrong button. Oh, history. What exactly are they being used for, I wonder? I'm trying to look at the well. Being a pet size kind of sounds like fun. Mr. Edgeworth, want me to give you a mud pack? Don't want you to cover me in filth? No, I do not. Oh, don't be like that. Look, we even have a rubber glove. It's a sign. Okay, stop playing with evidence at once. Oh, the mud on that rubber glove. What's the matter? Did I go too far? Not at all. In fact, that was very helpful. What? But I didn't. I mean, glad to be of service. Shuya has some explaining to do. We already did that, though. I can't believe I missed out. On what exactly? The show, duh. I always wanted to be in the circus. I mean, I even have an escape act that would drive the crowd totally wild and everything. Ah, yes, a great loss, I'm sure. Well, I got an in with Regina now, so let's wrap this case up lickety-split. I'm going to start the next show if it's the last thing I do. Come on, the quicker we investigate, the quicker we'll be done. Alright. Not very helpful. What's up? Doesn't love a good circus performance, eh? A foray into the realm of fantasy. Performance is a good one. It can certainly be entertaining, yes. And you pumped just think about it. A chance to escape reality, however brief, can often be a powerful tonic. You got that right. Does it just make you want to hug something? Like the circus? Only a show here, right? In the shadow of the fence that keeps those guys in. Guess the magic of the big top is enough to make them forget that they're in the same boat as the animals. The fence, I suppose I should examine it too. This is part of this facility after all. Well, we missed the show, but we've still got the stage and all the other stuff to check out. So I should also look over the show's set and equipment, just in case something useful turns up. Chat over, huh? You don't exactly give a guy a lot to work with, Miles. Danger, high voltage. I never saw one of these in real life. That must be the fabulous garden outside the warden's office over there. Yes, the guard mentioned being able to see it from a window on the detention center side. This is done barbed metal fence. Wasn't in the way, though. I thought it was all one big yard. Given how protective the warden seemed of a little bit of earth, I managed to keep the riffraff like us out. There you are. Regina, cupcake. Oh, word in the guard. I've been simply dying to sit you down for a chat. You're a exquisite little thing. Do you mind if I ask a little about the prison? Oh, not at all. This place is my pride and joy. My home. Sure was a prison when I first arrived, and it was awful, an utter disgrace. Awful? I suppose you mean the prisoners were unruly? Or certainly they're not. They're angels, every one of them, and they always have been. No, it was the ambience that was awful. I fretted, I brooded, and then it hit me. The animals. If anyone could brighten up the place, it was them. It's nice having them around. Isn't it just? And now look at my fabulous little family. Why, my darling Frankie is the very picture of rehabilitation. Sammy's rifling through dead men's pockets. You have so many success stories among the family, but darling Frankie really is a marvel. He's thrown himself into his vocational training and is always the first to volunteer for everything. Why, your other model prisoners don't do that? Huh? Oh, of course they do, my dear. Of course. They're all such triers, such doers. It's just that Frankie, let's just say he knows what is good for him. Now, what exactly do you mean by that? Anyway, he's a very good boy. So try to be nice to him, won't you? Loud swelling music, great leaping animals, the very big circus truly has it all. Hee, and everybody who comes here gets to see it once a month. Really? In that case, let me see. She better not be thinking of something to confess to. Some of the shows, is it always performed by this very big circus? But of course, sweetie. I'm Regina's biggest fan. That girl's my little princess, my superstar. She's so wonderfully talented. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Rattled lips. She's so adorable. She's so sweet. I could just gobble her right up. You're not lying when you say you're your biggest fan, huh? Random Fox. We got Valentine's Fox. Which is why I'm worried about her. So worried. It's all because of poor Simeon, you see. You sound guilty why darling Regina will be devastated. Simeon must make sure that doesn't happen, Mr. Lawyer. Please, I'm begging you. If there's anything I can do to help you clear up this awful misunderstanding, let me know. Here, darling, you put on the most splendid show for us yet again. The stage, the stars, you in particular, my princess, is simply divine. Hee, that's so nice of you. I hope everybody else who watched enjoyed it too. About that, dear, I'm afraid I have something awful to confess. There were some absences, you see. Between Cadence and Sowit. We were 3 members short. Unbelievable, I know. How will you ever forgive me? I'm sorry for saying 3 inmates attend the show? That's right, sweetie. I counted the seats myself. 1, 2, 3, no shows. Now always make sure there are enough seats for everybody. Mr. Edgeworth, that's not right, is it? Indeed, as far as we were aware, Mr. Cadence and Mr. Sowit were the only ones not present. This doesn't add up. Who was the 3rd missing prisoner and what were they doing? It seems we need to investigate further. Oh, I was enjoying my chat with dear Regina so much, I almost forgot. I must feed the little one. Little one? Yikes. Did not see that coming. Alligator! Looking as adorable as always, Allie, my sweet. That explains the dead fish. Oh, she's so pretty, and what a cute name. Yes, Allie the alligator. Isn't she a darling? She's my favorite, aren't you? Yes, you are. I'm so jealous. Can I pet her? Of course, princess. Of course. Boy, hi, these two are made for one another. I feel like they'll be busy for a while. Maybe we should go back inside the prison and check the cells. Yes, let's. Perhaps we can find a clue there as to who our 3rd missing prisoner might be. So, sir, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Ooh, I finally caught up with you. Gumshoe. Detective, you're not needed elsewhere? No, the judge and the kid aren't here yet. Oh, and I got your message. So you searched the victim's cell. Did you manage to turn anything up? We struck gold, sir. Well, blood, anyway. It was right there on the floor. Only a tiny speck, though, but at least it's something. Yeah, it proves the holding cell was the scene of the crime, right? Not quite. It proves a possibility, but it's not conclusive yet. I thought you'd say that, sir, which is why I ordered some follow-up work. Ask forensics to analyze the blood and see if it matches victims. They're on as we speak. That's for Gummy. You thought of everything. Detective, I must say I'm impressed. Did you hit your head or something? Gee, don't look so surprised, sir. I just hope things continue to go in our favor. Alright, we're still waiting to find out whose blood it is. Alrighty, so that's proof that the murder happened in the detention center. And for our next trick, find out how that dog got over there. Don't worry, you can leave that one to me. Until the kid and his chaperone get here. Chaperone. Get here, we got the whole prison to ourselves. Which is why I brought my secret weapons along. Secret weapons? That's right. A few tools of trade that have helped me bust more than a few cases wide open. Sold the 7 secret weapons of Dick Gumshoe, detective extraordinaire. I don't know about your crazy cats, but I'm sold. Miles? Very well, detective. We'll try using your secret weapons. You got it, sir. Let me see. We got a metal detector, missile the dog, maybe? Secret weapon number 1. My trusty old metal detector. Yep, there's a metal detector. It's made of steel, silver, or scrap. This little guy right here will find it. I missed something? What'd I miss? Oh, nice. 456 watch streak. That's crazy. So, it detects metal. Very good, detective. Next up, secret weapon number 2. Missile! Missile is here! Yay! Missile, everyone's favorite crime-fighting canine. He can track pretty much anything since you put in front of him, especially food. He sure is a lot cuter than Mr. Canis' dog. And now for secret weapon number 3. Where did I put it? Aha! My one snapper short of school, or is that a fishing rod? No time we're going fishing for clues. No, I mean, I just happen to have it with me, that's all. I see. Well, onwards and upwards, detective. Let's see what else you have. Well, that's all she wrote, sir. Gummy, you're 4 secret weapons short of your so-called 7, and one of them was a fishing rod. Sorry, but that's all for today, okay? I'll show you the rest next time. I think I call them secret. Guy can't just go sharing everything at once. That's crazy. In that case, then I suppose the 3 of you deigned to reveal to us. Well, the 3 you've deigned to reveal to us will have to do for now. Alright, what do you want to try? Alright, let's start with the metal detector. That seems promising. Right up, sir. Crank the old girl up. And away we go. Is everything alright, detective? Uh-oh, it looks like I should have brought a spare battery. Oof, that's not going to be much help. Sorry, sir. Looks like the metal detector will have to wait. Try something else. Alright, give me the fishing rod. Let's give that fishing rod a try. Yes, sir. There's a pond in the prison yard. We may find something helpful lurking in the depths. Yes, sir. Leave it to me. Ah! What's the matter, detective? You're not gonna believe this, sir, but I had something big for a moment, and then it took off with the bait and my fishing line. There's a whopper lurking in those waters. I think there's an alligator living in that pond. I probably shouldn't tell the detective that he nearly lost more than just a secret weapon. Making sure I won't be much use, sir. I thought we'd be able to... my idea was to put it into the well. Let's try something else, alright? Alright, we got 3 weapons, but only 2 of them are usable. Got it. You got it, sir. Hey, Missile. Here, boy. Oh, you really came. It's pretty good tracking. We're trying to find out how Mr. Canis' dog got to the holding cells in the first place. I expect the same route was used to bring Knight's body back to the prison. Get the pooch sniff on the body, and he'll find the route for us. See, I thought we'd use the metal detector right here. See if there's something buried right here. Does anyone else smell something sweet? Oh, I smell the odor of blood. It's faint, sir, but it's there. Almost like cake, maybe? Cake. I want the body smell of cake. Hey, Missile, get the nose full. Here we go, follow that dog. That's the way to... It's headed for maximum security. Oh, he's going in. You'll just have to follow him, after him. What's up, Zarek? Oh, am I still... How'd that happen? I'm shocked by the alligator. This is Canis' cell. The man himself is absent, it seems. Is he meeting with someone in the visitor's room? Think Mrs. onto something? Shh, looks like maybe he is. Woof, 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 woof. Is there something here? Let's get snooping, Mr. Edgeworth. Canis' chest set complete with a special dog piece. So the chest set, that's a whole chest table with legs. It's like it might be worth something, too. Not inconceivable, some of them are, and this is quite a nice one. Never would have pegged Mr. Canis as a chess fan, though. Over the whole Eastern aesthetic he's got going, I thought he'd be more into Go. Go, huh? Can you play? I can play Go Fish. Not the same thing, Kay. Maybe close. Canis' chisels, everyone a potent murder weapon. That reminds me of something. Furs in your brow. When you frown, it looks like somebody took a chisel to your forehead. I have no idea what you mean. See, they're so deep. Don't tell me you don't see it, Mr. Wood Carving Face. Have you quite finished? Oh, Mr. Edward, that chisel on the floor is a bit smaller than the others. I'm no woodworker, but perhaps it's an all-purpose one that can be used in a pinch, regardless of the job. An all-purpose pocket chisel makes sense. Always nice when your tools are useful and easy to carry. Is that your opinion as a thief? Nope, it's my opinion as a great thief. I walked into that one. Wolf, 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 wolf. Hmm? What's that meant? What's the matter, boy? Wait. Is this cake what you were after? Wolf, 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 wolf. Whoa, 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 down, boy. Stop that. Wolf, 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 wolf. No, you can't have it. Dogs can't eat chocolate. You know that. Won't behave, I'll just have to eat it myself. Oh, not bad. That's some real outside the chocolate box thing in there. Not sure everybody agrees, though. Oh, Mistle's mad. Yummy, I wanted some. Daring you'd both assume the food in the prison is safe to eat. Well, daring or dumb. Anyway, it looks like it really was cake Mistle was tracking. Talk about a waste of time. I suppose we got her just desserts. The blue guy's definitely capable, right? Sure he is. This was just a blip. He'll follow the right scent this time, I promise. Seek, boy. I think that cake is going to be significant at some point. Oh, I think he's onto something. Which way are we going? Whatever it is, it's in there. Oh, Mr. Carcerato's cell. You can take a look inside. Detective, call the guard. Yes, sir. Thank you, officer. A question before we begin. Is this prisoner, Mr. Carcerato, still in solitary? No, sir. He came back a little while ago. And he was here for the noon roll call? Guess he must be on work duty someplace. I see. Now, if you would be so kind as to open his cell. Yes, sir. That guy looks like a skeleton. No way, he has a poster of himself. And right next to it looks like he never lost the habit of making weight for a fight. And once a boxer, always a boxer, I suppose. He also has quite the collection of supplements. Muscle protein, hustle protein, soul crusher protein. Yeah, that's a lot of protein. Sure nobody trains like this for nothing. Your nose? What happened to your nose? How many minutes do you think this timer is for, Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Carcerato is a boxer, so 3 minutes would be my assumption. Same as length of the round of boxing. Thanks for playing, but the correct answer is kind of maybe about 2 minutes. Why? Because there's a crack in it, and a bit of sand spilled out. There's blood on your nose? Is it your blood? That's usually the question I have when I find blood. Is it mine, or someone I murdered? I mean... ketchup. It could be ketchup. Or strawberry jam. Not ever so much she's right. punching bag's certainly seen some use. Woof, 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 woof. Hee, what breed were you again, Missile? Sure it wasn't a boxer? Woof, woof, woof. Heh, no way. No way indeed. Quick, detective, move the sandbag aside. Yes, sir. Oh, could this be? Woof, 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 woof. Oh, there, wait, Missile. I'm going in too. Wait, stop. Sorry, I'll go get her. What, is everybody going in the hole? Oof, that's tight. Shouldn't have eaten that cake. He's gone. Well, I'm not going in there. Guess we'll just have to wait. Hello, Kay? Are you alright? You're not gonna believe this. We're in the detention center. Detention center? That hole is a tunnel that leads right into Mr. Knight's cell. Well, don't go anywhere. I'm on my way. Why do they type so slowly? Okay. Hey there, Mr. Edgeworth. Guess you could say we made a breakthrough. Quite. At least they came out unscathed, I think. So the footboards on the bed were torn up. That's how they did it. And nobody noticed this? This is a prison. There's no doubt about it. This must be the route we've been looking for. This corridor can't connect the entire detention center is blocked down by heavy security doors. Got bit by what? I didn't bite you. Not my fault. I didn't do it. To help with this tunnel, it can be circumvented. There's a sweet scent that started this whole search. Could it be that scent was in fact coming from Knight's body after all? You can't prove it. Instantly, Knight's body was covered in dirt. Dirt that might have come from being dragged through this tunnel. Okay, what was it like down there? Well, it was pitch black, so I couldn't see a whole lot. Luckily, my camera has a flash, so I took some pictures. Let's see what you captured. So look at that. Spoons, a fork. Guess these were for digging the tunnel. And those are bear prints, by the way. That's that. Are those footprints? Paw prints, even. From a dog, perhaps. I don't know. It feels like bear prints to me, but okay. Yep. I saw something. I think it's the Family Guy, Shawshank Redemption. And like a YouTube short. It was silly. It's a vital piece of evidence. However, it begs something of a question. It does? Honestly, that was my first thought when I saw this. I thought this was like dirt. Mr. Crossrato has certainly been making use of this tunnel, which means... Hey, we need to find out where Mr. Crossrato is immediately. My suspicions are correct. Huh? Oh, nuts. The guards were alerted and they began searching for Mr. Crossrato right away. After a thorough investigation of both the prison and the detention center, he was nowhere to be found. Well, have the police been notified? Yes, ma'am. We just finished liaising with him a moment ago. Set up a cordon around the entire city. It's too late now. He's already gone. Good, sigh. First blemish on a prison's spotless reputation is always the ugliest. It won't happen again, ma'am. Rather different warden of the guard than the one we've seen so far. Mr. Edgeworth, was it? I really can't thank you enough for finding that tunnel, darling. Sadly, it may have been too little too late. Seems he might have already left the building. I think that's unlikely, Warden. After all, there's a security gate at the exit to the detention center. I'm not suggesting you simply walk through it. Let's say there was only one tunnel, sweetie, huh? I suppose that's true. Well, whatever the case, this is no time to be standing around chit-chatting. Mr. Edgeworth, would you mind continuing with your investigation? It will be my pleasure. You need to get back to your post. Yes, ma'am. Detective, the results of the blood test just came back from the lab. Thanks, pal. Let's see what they have to tell us about the blood. Found a Knight's cell. What's the same, Mr. Edgeworth? They've identified the blood, and it's Knight's. Hey, nice job, everybody. Teamwork makes the dream work, huh? We got Knight's blood in his holding cell, a tunnel and a dog clearly went through. And security footage showing Knight being attacked by the dog in his cell. Case closed. The items we need. Let's see what Mr. Canis had to say for himself. Canis, oh darlings, are you sure? Do be careful on him, won't you? He's as well connected on the outside as he is in here. I suppose he would have to be. How else would the so-called fixer stay in business? Police have been trying to track down his accomplices for the longest time. Even I've had to lend my hand myself, you know. So that's what that was all about. He's still not talking, ma'am. Even the evidence you borrowed from the precinct? No, and I've tried so many times, I've lost count. What am I supposed to do? I can't send in a blank report. Ex-killer for hire is always going to be a tough nut to crack. You borrowed evidence from the police to help with your investigation, is that correct? Oh yes, sweetie. Everything related to Canis is with me now. Heaven knows how many times I've hauled the secret sound in my office to talk to me. But no matter what I say, or how much evidence I present with him with, he said won't say a word. Prison warden conducting interrogations yourself, that's irregular to say the least. Let your guard down and he'll devour you whole. Be careful, darlings. You have been warned. Ah, and here I thought things could get any spicier. Just make sure we have time. Okay, we're at 27 minutes before we need to do ads again. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. I'm focused! Judge Gabble, I didn't expect to find you here. We've been conducting inquiries. That's not how you spell inquiries, I think. Which, given that we are in charge of the investigation, is hardly strange. What is strange is you are still here, Mr. Edgeworth. I gave you a warning, did I not? I told you your badge was at risk should our paths cross again. And yet here you are. My charge thought that I might be so easily discouraged, Your Honor. But I'm not about to let the truth slip from my grasp, no matter what you or the committee might say. I'm here to present a certain someone with evidence that you yourselves should have uncovered. Okay, you have more business with me, I take it, Mr. Edgeworth? I do. I promised I would be back to prove that you were the killer, and here I am. This should be amusing. Very well. Whenever you are ready.
Objection!
Not so fast. We have some truths of our own to share. First-rate deductions, in fact. Indeed. We're now more certain than ever that Samian Saint was the murderer. If only he could have moved Mr. Knight from his holding cell to the prison proper. I shall prove this to you beyond a shadow of a doubt. But first, a question. Are you quite determined to continue on this course, Mr. Edgeworth? Should you fail to rebut our deductions, there will be no going back. Your very career hangs in the balance. What? You mean you'll take his badge if you don't like how this goes? That's intimidation. Let's go and do a quick save. Just be safe. I think we'll be fine, but we're going to go and do the quick save. Not at all. If anything, I am showing him mercy. This is not Mr. Edgeworth's case. It never was, and I am under no obligation to hear him out. If he is prepared to accept the potential ramifications of his actions, I will allow him one last chance. Well, are you truly willing to take the risk? Put your beloved badge on the line? Mr. Edgeworth. Sir. I accept your terms. I'm confident in my reasoning. And what's more, I am representing the firm of Edgeworth & Co., and I do not intend to besmirch his name. My duty will be done, and I will not be intimidated. Very well, let's see whether you are brave, or simply reckless. By the power vested in me by the almighty goddess of justice. Let this judgment commence. Eustace, if you will allow me. Okay, fine by me. He's all yours, Gabble. See, this might actually be difficult, because she just ignores us. You're aware of the incident involving Mr. Knight the day before yesterday, I assume. He assaulted an innocent guard and stole his keys. In the middle of moving a large animal cage, Mr. Saint stopped by Mr. Knight's cell for a little visit. That's when Mr. Knight stole out of his cell using the keys he'd stolen. Slipped in the cage, and there he hid as he was wheeled to one of the prison workshops. Thinking she was going to bring up Mr. Saints going to a nice cell. Yesterday, after you so kindly made us aware of the security camera footage, we decided to take a look at it ourselves. Perhaps you'd like to see what we found. This is still from the footage we received. Saint speaking with the knight at a cell. Correct. But also note that he has positioned the cage in such a way as to obscure the camera's view. It's this blind spot that Mr. Knight spoke in order to enter the cage undetected. A sound deduction based on what it can be observed, wouldn't you say? Blind spot, which means that the camera wouldn't have been able to capture the moment Knight enters this cage, if he did at all. So still possibly didn't actually leave his cell at this point. I don't get it. Why would Mr. Knight want to hide in the cage? There's really only one possibility. He intended to escape. Prison break. That's so cool. Mr. Crossrado, Mr. Knight, everybody's doing it. I have to step up my game. Okay, now is really not the time. Mr. Crossrado's escape is no laughing matter. It's my belief that Mr. Saint helped Mr. Knight with his escape attempt. That is to say, he was his accomplice. Wow, go Simeon. That wasn't a compliment. I understand that the cage was briefly taken to one of our workshops. I imagine they had things going to plan. Mr. Knight would have remained in the cage until after the show. And they were removed from the premises along with the rest of the circus's equipment. Fortunately, Mr. Saint had other ideas. He killed his friend in cold blood. I don't see how the two camera things can line up. Because we have this security camera footage. So was this before the other one? If this is before that one they're showing, then he was still alive after this. But if this is after, then he was still in the cell out before that. I don't know. Unfortunately, Mr. Saint had other ideas. He kills his friend in cold blood, guys. Needs. What allergies? Never ends. Judge Galvo's argument seems reasonable. But there must be a fault in her logic somewhere. And I'm going to find it. The incident involving Mr. Knight the day before yesterday, I assume.
Hold it!
Your Honor, about this incident. You have heard about it, of course? Surely any attorney wants to sell would have his sources. You got an epic now! Yes, I'm aware of it, of course. I simply wish to confirm. And you're wasting both our time. Shall we continue? So an innocent guard stole his keys.
Hold it!
Do you have any proof that Knight stole the keys? I can think of no other reason for him to carry out such a brutal attack. Once the guard he assaulted regains consciousness, I'm sure he will confirm our suspicions. I wouldn't be so sure. Let's just pressure further on our reasoning. Apologies, Your Honor. Please continue. Very well. As I was saying, it's clear the keys were vital to Mr. Knight's escape. In the middle of moving a large animal cage, Mr. Saint stopped by Mr. Knight's cell for a little visit.
Hold it!
I think you believe Mr. Saint had intended to break Mr. Knight out with the cage. I do. And we know that he brought the cage with him on his visit to Mr. Knight's cell. Because in addition to evidence, he himself has testified to having done so. So his trip to Knight's cell with the cage really is what made him the lead suspect. Yep, Simeon. He's just absent-minded. He probably forgot he even had the cage with him. Mr. Saint dragged an enormous cage all the way to the holding cells out of absent-mindedness. Mr. Saint dragged an enormous cage all the way to the holding cells in order to help someone escape. Which of these interpretations sounds more logical to you? Urk. Urk indeed. As to the fact that Mr. Saint took a little detour to Mr. Knight's cell with the large animal cage. As Mr. Knight stole out of his cell using the keys he'd stolen.
Hold it!
Do you have any proof that Knight stole the keys? I can think of no other reason for him to carry out such a brutal attack. Or assaulted. We already said that. We're gonna back off again. Slipped into the cage, and there he is, his ruled out of the prison workshops.
Hold it!
Why go to so much trouble? Why else would it affect Mr. Knight's escape? Well, cage is made of metal. Therefore, it would have been exempt from the security gates, inspection, and exit. Well, wouldn't they have looked in there? In fact, Mr. Saint would have been well aware of, given the circus visits every month. Look, I don't have anything to counter that. With tarp draped over the cage, you could have wheeled Mr. Knight out right under the guards' noses. That is, had Mr. Saint not chosen a darker path instead. The path of murder. A crime which cannot be allowed to go unpunished. Is that Mr. Knight sold the keys. But didn't he deny that? Indeed, and if Knight didn't have them, then her entire theory falls apart. That could be the flaw I'm looking for. Expression on the issue. Alright, where's the first one we saw it?
Hold it!
Alright. Press further. Sorry, but I believe there is a flaw in your reasoning. If Knight had the keys, there was nothing to stop him from leaving whenever he wanted. Why wait for Mr. Saint? There was no need, surely. He chose the option he deemed most likely to succeed. He stole the keys and hid them somewhere. Then waited for an opportune moment to present himself. Hid the keys? I'm afraid you might have made an uncharacteristic oversight, Your Honor. Knight wasn't hiding any keys. That has been proven already. It's one piece of evidence that proves Knight didn't have the keys. It's just the keys?
Take that!
If he had the keys, they would be on him, or... Did you know about the incident? I assume you must already know this, but... After the assault, the guards searched both Knight and his cell, and no keys were found. If the whereabouts of the keys cannot be proven, then neither can your theory. I have considered the matter of the missing keys, and I do not think it's such an issue. I still believe you had them. After all, the guards only say they were unable to locate them. And this is because they were cleverly hidden inside the pocket chest set. Nice chest set. The same set in which the murder weapon was also allegedly hidden. Was it? I can't help but wonder about that. What? But you're the one who prosed it. I actually recall that was Eustace's assertion. The two of them aren't of one mind on this, I take it. Allow me to restate the facts. Mr. Knight hid the keys he stole from the guard inside his chest set. Mr. Saint came to see him. What's the time on this? 3:26. Is that 14:16? I think it's 10:14. 10:14. Cookie. Nom 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 nom. Give me the cookie. Nom nom nom. When Mr. Saint came to see him, Mr. Knight used the keys to open the cell and climbed inside the cage. His move was holding his cell to that workshop in the prison proper. All with the help of his friend and accomplice. Things gone according to plan, he would have been taken out of the facility after the show. Taco! Nom 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 nom. Eat taco. Oh, so, latest on my tacos, I'm still eating the last container. I think we're good for another week. After that, I'll probably have to figure out something. Also, I had an idea. So, you know how I used, like, 12 cans of beans? That cost me, like, $12. If I use dry beans instead, it'd be, like, $3. I can save $9 off my taco recipe. Of course, then I have to soak them for, like, 8 hours. But I can easily, like, start soaking them in the morning and then wash them. And then, cook them when I cook the rice. Be easy to do. I could probably pull that off. I might try that next time. Although I do already have a bunch of cans of black beans. We'll see. Let's see. Take them out of the show. But if not, instead his accomplice murdered him while the show was taking place in the yard.
Objection!
Mr. Saint was part of the performance. How would he even have time to commit the murder?
Overruled.
How indeed? Allow me to explain. As you know, many stage performances follow a set narrative. Yesterday's show is one such example. She's done her homework, I see. The suspect played the role of the antagonist opposite the elephantine heroine of the show. In the latter part of the performance, the heroine's love prevails and the villain is defeated. This victory is depicted in a very unique manner, where the villain is sent flying from the stage by the heroine. He's sent flying by the elephant? Isn't that dangerous? Having been ejected from the stage in this manner, the villain no longer appears in the performance. In other words, the suspect did not appear on the stage for a period of approximately 15 minutes. You're saying the crime took place during that time? Yes, I'm afraid so. After all, it's more than a sufficient window, wouldn't you say?
Objection!
Committing the crime and returning to the stage in the short 15-minute window is only possible, assuming the murder took place in the prison proper. But in fact, Your Honor, the real scene of the crime was Knight's cell. I seem to remember telling you that I would not accept that part of the security footage into evidence.
Objection!
And you will have to. I have proof of a different kind. Very well. Would you be so good as to present it? What proof do you have that the murder took place in the victim's holding cell?
Take that!
This appears to be a photograph of a floor. Oh my gosh, justice grant me patience. That floor you're so dismissive of, Your Honor, has traces of Knight's blood on it. Traces, you say? Is this evidence reliable? After all, I don't believe you have access to the necessary forensics operatives.
Objection!
Hey, I have my resources. A certain blunt instrument, you might say, but a reliable one. Detective, how very unfortunate for him. Perhaps before you decided to circumvent the law, you might have considered that the committee's influence extends to the police. Ha ha ha. Oh no, now Gummy's badge is on the line too. Excuse me, Detective. I didn't mean to put you at risk as well. I went to the fact that Mr. Knight's blood was found in the holding cell into evidence. However...
Objection!
Yeah, heh heh heh. Bad luck, idiots. You're really on the edge now, Mr. Worthless. I hate him. Mr. Winter, I'd forgotten you were there. It was nice while it lasted. I sped in to tell you that your entire argument is one big inconsistency. It shows camera footage of a dog killing Mr. Knight in a cell. Are you saying the mutt also wiped the blood up before it left the scene? Uh-oh. What other tricks can it do, huh? A blood-wiping dog? You're a joke. You'd have wiped that blood up, wouldn't you, boy? Yes, Helmut, yes you would. Also, I just want to point out that my dog, whenever she get injured or, you know... whenever she, like, got blood on the floor, she'd just go clean it up. She didn't use a paper towel, though, or, you know, newspaper. She just lick it up. What? Now take that, stupid. That's one of the tricks I taught him before our work together. It was so really cut short. He's a very tidy boy, you know. Never misses a drop. Kehehe. He wouldn't do to leave any evidence after all. Saved by an assassin of all people. Jeez Louise, you could have just taught the little guy to shake hands. Kehehe. Oh, he does that marvelously too. Although the way I taught him to do it is somewhat unorthodox. First, he bites down hard on the victim's hand. Then... La 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 la, I'm not listening! I see. Very well then, Mr. Edgeworth. It seems you may have gathered some evidence that worth considering. Understanding is much appreciated. Will you shut up? Wait, I'm not done yet. I just saw something else. Overruled. Yay! Good boy, somebody's taking no prisoners. Lucius, would you be so kind as to allow me? All yours, Gabble. Well, do you accept the truth now? Crime took place in Knight's holding cell. And the assassin's dog was the killer.
Overruled.
My position is the same as it was yesterday. Until you can explain how the dog moved between the prison and the detention center, I cannot accept your theory into evidence.
Hold it!
I thought you might say that, which is why I'd like to show you something else. This evidence shows how the dog could freely travel between the prison and the detention center. Oh, wrong button.
Take that!
This could be any tunnel. Where it could be anywhere. Secret passageway. It runs beneath the prison. Whoa, 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 whoa. What? I keep smacking with it. A secret passageway. It's dug by one Mr. Rocco Cosredo, escapee. Leads to his prison cell. To a certain holding cell in the detention center. Why would he dig this way? Wouldn't that be a lot easier just to go out this way and then escape out? And then you don't have to escape through here. You're outside. His prison cell to a certain holding cell in the detention center. It's the very one where the victim was being held. Well, certainly a surprise. I think that it was beneath our feet this entire time. Mr. Canis, you know this tunnel, didn't you? Because it's the same tunnel that was used to carry out the murder.
Overruled.
In the name of the goddess of justice, overruled, Mr. Edgeworth. You are out of line.
Hold it.
How so, Your Honor?
Overruled.
Evidence is everything, whether in court of law or at the scene of an investigation. Is that your little catchphrase? Well, it just so happens that I have some evidence of my own. Bronco Knight's autopsy report. His autopsy report? When did we get that? How do you not know you had it? Please handed it to me only a short while ago. Findings are still preliminary, but it has something of value to tell us nonetheless. The goddess of justice speaks to us through these pages, Mr. Edgeworth. Cause of death, stab wound to the throat. And the weapon is said to be a sharp blade of some sort. The victim was stabbed repeatedly in the same spot, resulting in an ugly wound. As such, police have yet to identify the exact shape of the weapon. But its overall nature seems to be beyond a question. It is a bladed metal instrument. In light of this evidence, do you truly wish to continue with your flight of fancy? Or we now claim the dog used a knife instead? Well, Cinnamon's armed, and so is, Emerald. But that's impossible. That will be all. This course adjourned.
Objection.
But the tunnel, the paw prints. What of them? Helmet is something of a wanderer. Perhaps you just happened across this tunnel one day. Although I couldn't say for certain. I myself cannot wander quite so freely. That'd be quite a coincidence, but I can't prove it's not the case either. She sure knows how to keep a secret, huh? Kinda wish she'd kicked us in the teeth a little earlier with that. How are we doing at time? We got 6 minutes. She was baiting me, waiting for the perfect moment to crush me with that autopsy report. And I fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker. You're the attorney for defense, correct, Mr. Fender? This is the interim autopsy report in question. They also misspelled interim. I do apologize for the delay. Yeah, no sweat. Thanks for hooking us up. So we're down. Alright, down. This all checks out. Yep. Mr. Fender. A handshake is not necessary when receiving official court documents, you know. So please feel free to let go of my hand. It's not a holy relic after all. We're just trying to be friendly, Your Honor. Had you lingered a moment longer, the goddess of justice would have spoken to you through my gavel. Alright, I got it. Nice work, gavel. Just like we planned it. I did only as you instructed, Eustace. Thank you. This word came from the police. I have no choice but to accept its legitimacy. But the dog didn't kill Knight, and that takes Canis out of the running. Does it? Goddess just speaks to me, Mr. Edgeworth, and she is merciful. Tells me that you might keep your badge, you will finally abandon this fruitless quest. Well, what's her move, sir? I think she really means it this time. What do you think, detective? My answer remains the same, Judge Gavel. I will see my duty done, and I will not be intimidated. Given how things stand, you still refuse to concede? This may very well be your last chance. Your badge hangs by a thread. Let it fall if it must. I have something far more important to protect as an associate attorney. My client. Goddess of Justice is no doubt saddened by your refusal to accept yet another offer of mercy. See, my problem is she keeps presenting the Goddess of Justice as, oh yeah, your side should just give up. Heh, attaboy, Miles. That's what I like to see. Looks like the defense never rests is really starting to mean something to you. Credit your old man, though. He's the one who said it first. My father. In fact, I could swear I saw Gregory's spirit in you a second later. He said you've changed since your days in Von Karma's shadow. I didn't believe you at first, but I'm starting to. Thank you, Fender. Alright, kids. This is where the rubber really hits the road. Put your thinking caps on. It's make or break time. If it's true the knight was off with a bladed weapon, does our whole case really fall apart? Alright, before we do that, we're gonna go brush our tail. Let's see, I think 2.5 minutes should be enough to get us to the end. Alright, go brush. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. We have 12 seconds left. Let me get my headset on. Push my hair down if I can. Alright, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're back. Does our whole case really fall apart? A bladed weapon. Of course. There were 5 chisels in cases when we last looked. A former assassin certainly wouldn't struggle to commit murder with a tool like that. Look, the ads are gone. The ads are done for the rest of the stream. We're good. We got 53 minutes. That should get us to the end of the stream. In which case, the weapon that killed Knight was... Have I finished? It would be in your best interest to concede. Evidence is everything. It may well be my little catchphrase. That's also true. If the murder weapon was a sharp blade, then where is it? The guards didn't find it. Why can't you let this go? So what if they didn't find it? What are you driving at? Oh, what if I were to tell you that I now know what the real murder weapon was? It's right under our noses the whole time. Indeed. It's one of Mr. Canis' chisels. What?
Overruled.
I would advise you to stop bombarding us with your irresponsible half-baked theories, Miss Redworth. He repeatedly insisted that Mr. Knight was killed in his cell by a dog. I simply go where the evidence takes me, both in the courtroom and at the scene of the crime. If the murder weapon was in fact a chisel, then yes, the murder could not have been the dog. That begs the question of what exactly it was we saw in the security footage. Oh yeah, security footage. How do you explain that, Mr. Smarty Pants? Excellent question. Footage shows... dog jumping on somebody. In which case, dog jumping up at Knight. Dog attacked Knight, but he didn't kill the man. He didn't? No, Knight was merely knocked out. Dog didn't drag a corpse to the tunnel. He dragged an alive but unconscious Knight. The killer was the dog's master. I get it. By bringing Knight here, Mr. Canis could finish the job. He couldn't, and he could definitely use one of his chisels to do it. Correct. You... Body Dharma... Canis, you're the only one who could have done it.
Objection!
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, do you ever get this on your report card? Users listen, must learn to respect others. Are you asking me or confessing to what's on yours? Stupid sneeze won't come. It's right there. Ah, stupid sneeze. I tried. We already searched Mr. Canis himself from top to bottom. Right, Gobble? Yes, we even inspected his chisels. All 4 of them. There wasn't a single speck of blood.
Hold it!
Why, thank you, Your Honor. You have just confirmed my theory. I have? What exactly do you mean? Last time we were here, there were 5 chisels, not 4. Yeah, I remember counting them. Definitely 5. And the one that's missing is a small one. The one we thought might be a pocket chisel. Canis, where'd you hide that chisel? Pocket chisel? And what, you said I have such a thing, huh? I'm really allowed to leave my cell. In which case, he shouldn't have had the chance to dispose of this weapon. Hey, you've dug your own grave, Mr. Canis. You seem to have an idea where this missing chisel might be, Mr. Edgeworth. Would you like this? Man can't live himself of his own volition. Canis could only have hidden the chisel here.
Take that!
Canis is still a prisoner, despite the comfort he enjoys. He's really allowed out of his cell. He could give the chisel to his dog to lead somewhere. That would have been far from ideal. He would have no way of guaranteeing where it might end up. Hehe, intriguing. Go on, Mr. Edgeworth. Furthermore, this room is the one place where a Lady Instrument wouldn't raise an eyebrow. 4 chisels, 5 chisels, who's counting? In fact, he took full advantage of. They'll keep the incriminating evidence close to routine classic.
Objection!
But I looked, I searched the whole cell myself, and there's just nowhere you could have hidden it.
Objection!
I'm certain the murder weapon is here, and the reason why no one has found it yet is because it was hidden in such an ingenious manner. Okay, do enlighten us, Mr. Edgeworth. What was my ingenious plan? Think, Miles. There must be a hiding spot you could make use of. You know when you came here previously. What are you missing? He's not sure to stop permanently, is he? Let's get out of here. Come on. The dog, he hasn't made a sound today. We were here before he barked and growled repeatedly. Canis even encouraged him to do so. That must be it. I knew something was off. I can hardly believe it. I think I know where you hid the murder weapon. Getting up already? Okay, I expect more of you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Hold it!
That's what you should, if you would give me a moment. This piece of evidence shows where you hid the murder weapon.
Take that!
Your dog. He seems unusually quiet today. Oh yeah, unlike last time we went... Okay, she would be so kind as to help its mouth. Oh, come now, he hasn't barked because he is a well-behaved boy. I had to order him to last time. Don't order him again this instant. Not like we're asking for the world, Mr. Canis. Or do you have something to hide? If you insist. Come on, Helmet. Open up. And there we have it. A chisel this small was easy enough for a dog of the size to... What? A chisel in the dog? Why is there a chisel in the dog? I thought he'd been strangely quiet. I guess his brain had finally caught up. Eustace? Why don't you be a good boy and call forensics? Tell him it's urgent. Arg, okay. Would blood remain after being, like, I'm afraid to Google this. Whatever. Would blood stay on something after a dog licked it. Okay, won't fully remove it. I don't know. Whatever. Okay, okay. Our findings are as follows. Trace of blood protect on the chisel. What? I mean, come on. Why would he go after hiding if it wasn't the murder weapon? Not such a bad half-baked theory after all, was it? Hey, alright, so we're all on the same page here. This is our murder weapon, yeah? Forensic evidence cannot be ignored. We have no choice but to concede that this is most likely the case. Was the bell in there too? Mr. Canis, in light of the discovery of the murder weapon, the court demands that you explain yourself. We found the route your dog took to the holding cells, and now we have the chisel. How do you propose to talk your way out of this one? You never fail to entertain, Mr. Edgeworth. Why does he always laugh like that, even when it's not funny? Poor Helmet, how could they suspect us? Give me a little choice. I shall simply have to share with you the truth. I have not killed anyone. I have grown tired of killing. Something's not right. Why is he so calm? Very well, the court will hear Mr. Canis' testimony. If you'd be so kind. Gladly. The Canis defense. I should begin by explaining what you believe in my motive to have been. I never knew this knight. I had no contact with him. No connection whatsoever. We found it. This is the case. Why would I possibly wish him dead? Could it be you're suggesting that it was my canine companion who had the motive instead? Helmet only bears his fangs when I tell him to. I'm not so bloodthirsty that I would kill a man I did not know. I mean, when he puts it that way... If an assassin only kills acquaintances, that's sound his business model, I agree. My work required me to deal with strangers, of course. But murders for his own sake? That's not my style. So I need to prove a link between Knight and Canis. Let's go over the evidence again and see what we're fine. Alright, do I want to press on everything or just go? Just go for the jugular. You might explain what you believe my motive to be then.
Hold it!
I'm puzzled by this focus on motive. Aren't you an assassin? Assassin or not, Mr. Edgeworth, I don't spill blood for nothing. Neither in a professional nor in a private capacity. That's just not how it's done, is it, boy? No, it's not. I never knew this knight. I had no contact with him. No connection whatsoever. You didn't know who he was? That's quite unlikely, Mr. Canis. You're arresting me, Mr. Edgeworth. Perhaps you had a harder time putting me in here than I had realized. Now I'm no master criminal. That's it. You're no run-of-the-mill prisoner either. You're the fixer, correct? I find it highly unlikely the man in such a position would have no knowledge of the new detainee at all. Then you have a rather inflated idea of my position. I have my connections, yes, but I'm not all-knowing. I knew nothing of Mr. Knight. Given this is the case, why would I possibly wish him dead?
Hold it!
You're an assassin. Since when have you needed a motive? He's a strange man, isn't he, Helmet? Yes, he is. Is he a fool? A genius? Is it so hard to say?
Objection!
Drop the act, Mr. Canis, and answer the question. No, you will answer mine. Who am I, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm the very same person you caught. An assassin. A murderer. For hire. Were I one to kill without rhyme or reason, I would be so free to recite sutras in peace out there. Could it be you're suggesting that it was my canine companion who had the motive instead?
Hold it!
Of course not, but your dog was trained to kill. What is this man talking about? Helmet? Why would he say such an awful thing about you, He's a silly man, that's what he is, yes. And perhaps he killed the wrong person. That would explain the lack of motive. Your precious police dogs attack people willy-nilly. Have some respect, Mr. Edgeworth. If you're going to accuse Helmet of something, at least show us some evidence to back up your claims. Rourke, I would if I had any. Okay, Helmet only bears his fangs when I tell him to.
Hold it!
You must have done so, didn't you? You ordered Knight's death. Okay, oh, Mr. Edgeworth, you'll have to try harder than that. Have you forgotten what I just said? I did not know Mr. Knight. I did not even know that name. If you're going to insist otherwise, then the least you can do is show us some sort of proof. Show us some proof, must he, Helmet? Yes, he must. Where it was Canis or his dog that committed the killing. Knight wouldn't be dead if Canis himself hadn't the way that wanted him to be. My first order of business should be to prove that Canis and Knight knew each other. Paper.
Objection!
You're getting sloppy, Mr. Canis. You may have trained your dog to clean up your mess. Some things still require a human touch. We found this in the victim's room. It's a record of a game of correspondence chess. What's more, the game depicted matches the game laid out on your board. Well, what? The number of possible games has been calculated to be 10 to the power of 120, and that's on the low end. Wait, so that's 10 times 10, 120 times over, right? 100, 1,000. I give up. I mean, what do you even call a number that big? 10 to the power of 120. What you call it? Random Fox, we have the Enshrined Fox. Eventually, I like the coincidence, that's what. Now, tell us why you killed Knight. Unless, that is, you would prefer to explain the coincidence. Heh. Well, they do say that truth is stranger than fiction. It is, as you say, a coincidence. But that's totally impossible. We just proved that. Coincidence of a different kind, child. I never imagined my correspondent was the victim, you see. Yet here we are. Helmet is as surprised as I am, aren't you, Helmet? Yes. I suppose there's nothing for it but to finally tell the truth, boy? The prisoners had all gone to the yard, you see. There was a show of some sort, I believe. Here I was, minding my own business, when in comes Helmet, dragging a corpse of all things. Okay, quite the shock, not least because the murder weapon was still in the poor fellow's neck. Of course, I was known too keen on becoming a suspect, so I had Helmet take the body to the workshop. Once there, he removed the murder weapon and brought it back to me, just as I had asked. Dog put out the murder weapon in the workshop? Indeed he did. Removing it here would have made an awful mess, after all. You know something that makes total sense. What Mr. Swit said, Mr. Edgeworth? That huge black dog had sunk his terrible teeth into the victim's throat. Oh, what did you say? It was hellish. Utterly hellish. That beast. That awful beast. He killed him. I see. So what Mr. Swit actually saw was Helmet removing the murder weapon, then. Precisely. Can't say I wasn't a little disappointed that he was spotted, of course. Silly boy, it's not like you to slip up like that, is it now? And there you have it. That's about all there is to tell. I have not killed a man. At most, I am responsible for the removal of the weapon. Now, will that be all? Poor Helmet is growing restless.
Objection!
Sorry, but if you could entertain us for just a little longer, Mr. Canis. Fender? No offense, Palio, but I don't think you've quite told us everything. I'm sure you'd all like to know why you thought you needed to pull the chisel out in the first place. He's right. It makes sense that you would move the body to avoid suspicion. But Canis had no reason at all to recover the murder weapon. So the mute one isn't as dumb as I thought. Please answer the question, Mr. Canis. It's because of the bell. The one attached to the chisel, and the one around Helmet's neck. Have a very distinctive design, if you will. Of course, they were something of a trademark of yours, weren't they not? I don't get it. How does that even work? Bodhidharma Canis, the blind butcher, his appearance was always announced by the sound of bells. The last sound his victims would ever hear. Kehehe, you flatter me. Though it's been some years since you last saw one of them, you remember them well. Your knife and its attached bell were one of the pieces of evidence used in our case against you. Yes, it was but one of my bells. One of only two in existence. Just two? Two and only two. One for my knife and one for my beloved helmet. Exquisitely crafted, utterly unique. My ears are my guide, after all. I must be able to use my tools, precisely. Of course, as you said, the knife had long since been taken from me. And the warden had the knife, the bell. I brought the body to my cell. I was fast to hear a familiar sound. First, I was sure that my knife had been used to do the deed. But no, a chisel. An ordinary chisel. Certainly no assassin's blade. Nonetheless, the bell would have suggested my involvement. Compound the matter is the fact that I am the only person in this prison permitted to use such tools. It's clear that I would become the prime suspect. And so the chisel had to be removed and hidden.
Hold it!
Did you claim that all you did was have the dog move the body? Why do you take the bell off the chisel? You could have just taken the bell off. It's obviously detachable. Did you claim that all you had to do was have the dog move the body? You had nothing to do with the killing? How could I? I told you, the chisel is not mine. You do not take my word, Mr. Edgeworth. Why not have it checked for fingerprints? Eustace. Huh? And me? But I don't know how to check for prints. Get forensics. Oh, right. Sure thing. We got them. Fingerprints. They're Mr. Knight's. And Mr. Canis's? Nope. Just Mr. Knight's. Oh, and forensics said there's no sign of any prints having been wiped off. Only Knight's fingerprints. This is good. Should I get them to check again? Okay, now do you see? I've never so much as touched that chisel. Helmet carried in his mouth, that is all. Therefore, any prints must belong to whoever had it last. Arg! Remember a weapon. Belong to the victim? That's not helpful. I said I've not touched the chisel. Therefore, I cannot be the killer. Or do you wish to suggest otherwise? Dirk, I've got nothing to count it with. This is a mistake. Death was not instantaneous. No instant death. That's all I can think of. Well, what could this mean? Is he not the killer after all? Is he actually telling the truth? No, he can't be. I'm sure this goes without saying, Mr. Edgeworth. If you do not find a solution to your current predicament, and quickly, I'll have little choice but to relieve you of your badge. My patience is the limit, and I will not tolerate you throwing this investigation into chaos. Am I clear? You've done it now, sir. She's serious. This is so stupid. All we're doing is gathering evidence. Why is she so dead set against it? I hate to admit it, but fingerprints turned everything on its head. Without more evidence, I'm back to square one. Wait, something doesn't add up. A few things, actually. What mission I have not needed a chisel for? You can do a lot with a chisel, child. Break out of prison for one. Alright, then how do you get it in here? There's no way the guards would let him bring a super sharp tool in with him, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Hey, Arthur, Mr. Edgeworth. You can't stand there hemming and hawing just because of a little setback. One thing is finding the truth, you know? No matter how we get there. As long as we save Simeon in the end. We can't give up now, or ever. Yeah, what she said. I'll second that. You won me around with that. Okay. I'm half tempted to offer you a job for real. Like I said, the defense never rests. Or like your pop said, what do you think lies at the heart of those words, Miles? Any guesses? The heart of those words. It's like this. As defense attorneys, our client's fate rests on our shoulders. We're the only ones they can turn to. Simeon's our client. We're the only ones who can save him. So we can't rest, not while he's counting on us. I'm about to turn my back on your old man's legacy. Are you? I'm associated with the defense now. No, I'm associated with my father's firm. That's the role I have chosen, and that means that if I fail to save my client, I have failed in my duties. I'll honor my father's vision and save Simeon Saint. No matter what setbacks I face, I cannot admit defeat. If one path is blocked, I must simply find another. There we go. That's the Miles Edgeworth I know. Let's find that new path forward. We can start by trying to figure out how Mr. Knight brought that chisel into the prison. Alright, how would I have managed to bring a chisel in here? Chessboard.
Take that!
Usually it wouldn't be possible to bring a metal object into this facility undetected. Because of the security gates, right? Correct. We already know that it checks out at one of the gates haven't been entirely thorough of late. Name of the gate at the entrance to the detention center. It's only used to scan people. The items they bring into the facility are only subject to a cursory check. They made that chest set wasn't put through the metal detector? Should have been. It seems the guards have grown a little lax in that regard of late. I took advantage of this little oversight and had Mr. Saint bring in the chisel. Hidden inside his pocket chest set. That's answered one of our questions. I suggested the chisel was indeed Mr. Knight's and not Mr. Candace's. However, we still have one rather pressing problem to address. Which is it time to take my pill? Which is, the answer is yes. Take my pill. Sleeping pill, go! Sleeping pill, what you do? Very nice. That's security footage in which Knight is attacked by a dog. How's one explain if Mr. Candace was not the culprit? And how explains Prince not being on the murder weapon? This is one's real 3D Piper. The court too finds itself wanting for a satisfactory explanation. Okay, so I think it might be time to show you another one of my secret weapons. Interesting secret weapon number 4. Lil V. What sort of name is that, detective? I came up with it myself, sir. Or you can use it to analyze video footage. Excellent idea. Perhaps then you might finally see that I'm telling the truth. They missed an eye in telling. I don't know if you saw that. Who knows if there's anything to be found, but it has to be worth a try. Why is the word so bad? The lack of proofreading really bothers me. Alright, let me talk to you through how to use it, sir. Since I'm not exactly familiar with the video analysis techniques, perhaps I should hear them out. No, that's alright. No, I'm sure it won't be that complicated. What do you say, sir? Now let's fire a little V up. Remember, just examine anything that catches your eye and you'll do fine. Nice holding cell. Other than the victim being attacked by that dog, I can't see what else it might show us. If those are wrong, what could we be looking at instead? Must the footage be someone other than Knight? If so, could whoever's attacking them be something else too? Keep both questions in mind while reviewing the footage. You never know what you're going to see once you start looking at things up close. Check every detail, sir. You'll find something, I'm sure. Boy, this footage seems odd. Oh, I must be seeing things. Should take another look. It seems off at first glance. Zooming in might help. Those are the details, after all. Going frame by frame. I'm seeing things. Taking a look. Oh, wait. That's security guard uniform. Figure is reflecting in the mirror here too. Is that a hat? Hey, doesn't that look like the hats the guards wear, sir? Oh, geez, is that what I think it is? Have any reports of one of the animals attacking a guard recently? Well, not that I've heard of. Well, this may not be a guard at all, but somebody dressed as one. That's why I shed a little light on the matter of the hat.
Take that!
So no guards are reported being attacked by an animal as far as we know. We did hear about a guard's spare uniform being stolen. Could the person being in security footage perhaps be someone disguised as a guard? Someone attempting to escape without being noticed? Guard disguise, I guess it might work. Wait, Were we just talking about someone? We were indeed someone who seemed to have successfully made his escape. If the person in the footage isn't Knight, then the creature may not be a dog either. Right, sir. Zoom in and check. That's what I was trying to do the first time. Oh, sorry. Can I zoom? Which part? Go, 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 go. Wait, that's... So we may have made a critical error of judgment. What we're looking at here is no dog. This animal is... Bear? That's not a dog, it's a bear. What? So the paw prints for the photo I took? We're not canine, but Ursa. I told you it's a bear prints in the tunnel. Told you. Called it. Dog paws look different. Time to start updating my organizer. A bear, so could that mean... I think it could. After all, who else do we know with such a pet? We assume there was Knight in the security footage. Well, what's to sell? It's hardly a crazy theory. As for now that we know about the hole under the bed, it's no longer the only possibility. Whoever had access to the tunnel could very well be the one caught on camera. And who was that, Mr. Edgeworth? Do you care to tell the court who you believe this person to be? And the security footage is...
Take that!
I believe I know who our guard in disguise is. It's no other than Rocco Carsuedo, the prisoner who recently escaped from this facility. Confident it's him because he was assigned a polar bear cub as his companion. The bear in the video is all black. Indeed, and we have evidence that explains why. This explains the polar bear's dark fur is...
Take that!
Recall, if you will, Mr. Frank Swift's testimony. That's the rubber glove I dropped. Do you care to explain why it's so dirty? Of course. That's mud from one of the pet treatments I've been practicing. I was giving one of the animals a mud pack right when the incident happened. I see, around what time would this have been? See, the show had already started, so around 9 a.m. perhaps. Thing is, the more mud I applied, the more in the zone I got, the darker the animal's fur became. So quite like the transplant when one sided an animal with thick black mud. While the circus performance was underway, he was giving one of the animals a mud packing treatment. That animal could have been, indeed, our polar bear.
Overruled.
Mr. Edwards, your latest assertion simply to introduce yet another contradiction. Footage from the security camera.
Objection.
I fully understand, Your Honor, and your doubts are entirely justified. Mr. Sweat mentioned applying the mud pack while the circus performance was underway. This does indeed introduce a new contradiction, considering the security footage. It does? Yes, let's put it this way. When would you expect the footage to have been recorded, Kay? It was taken right after he applied the mud pack treatment. Should have been around 9 a.m. So guess something isn't right about the footage. Really? What's that? No conscious security footage introduced relative to when it was recorded. Timestamp.
Take that!
So said he administered treatment at around 9 a.m. In which case, the security footage should also show a time around 9. By the timestamp says 6:42 a.m. On the day of the murder, visitors all went out to the yard to watch the circus. All except 3, Mr. Kane is to remain in his cell in maximum security. Mr. Swift was administering a mud pack treatment in the workshop. And Rocco Carsuedo, who had been awaiting that precise moment to put his escape plan into action. I believe you entrusted the bear to Mr. Swift before entering the tunnel. And the bear that slipped out of Mr. Swift's grasp to run after his human. Mr. Swift would have then left the workshop to pursue the bear, at which point he saw Mr. Kane's dog retrieving the murder weapon from a nice body. It all fits perfectly, except for the security footage, which should have been recorded from around 9 a.m. However, the timestamp is 3 hours off. Why would the timestamp be wrong? Detective, I would like you to have the security camera examined right away, please. Is the timestamp off by 3 hours? I'm back, sir. I just talked to the guards, and... sometimes the time codes can slip on these cameras if they lose power. What? They're pretty old, sir. Guess the clock stops when the power's off. Which means the power was off for approximately 3 hours at some point. That's not all, sir. Remember how Knight denied stealing the keys? No one believed him considering, well, you know, he seemed kind of like the only suspect. Turns out that wasn't all he said. He also said he was knocked out cold, just like the other guy. Which may not necessarily have been a lie. Darling, there you all are. How goes the investigation? Is there anything I can do to help things along? She's now our prime suspect, by the way. Actually, there might be something we can do for you, warned the guard. Escapee, Mr. Carcerado. I believe he may still be on the premises. He is disguised as guard. Here's proof should you need it. We're reasonably certain that Parrish captured on the tape is our man. And if I'm correct, he might even be right here in this room with us now. I like how they're spinning around. Hey, Mr. Carcerado would have been wearing a bracelet, right? Yes, a bracelet that could easily be hidden under the sleeves of his stolen uniform. Furthermore, doors out of the prison proper don't have those sensors that detect the bracelets installed. So if you avoid the doors with sensors, you can simply wait for an opportunity to finally make his escape. Well, yes, I suppose he could. He just have to avoid the workshops and the cells. And, oh my. He's one of you, isn't he? He's here right now. Look, it's Teddy! Hey, pause off. Get your mitts off of me, you big palooka. Thank you, Teddy. Very kind of you to confirm our suspicions. Merc, good org. Hey, kid, if it wasn't for you, I'd, one thing is to be loved, huh, Mr. Carcerado? I'm almost envious. Guards, apprehend this man. Moment, if you will. I have some questions for our would-be escapee. If we're to learn the truth, I will need to speak with him. With your permission, of course. I can't say no now, can I? Well, come on then. Hit me with your best shot. Mr. Carcerado escape route led directly into Knight's cell. It's highly possible he had something to offer. Tell me what you were doing on the day Mr. Knight's body was discovered. So it's you guys, huh? You're the ones who found my secret getaway tunnel. You know how long it took me to dig that freaking thing? I had me a guard uniform, a hole dug, and a plan in place, so I went for it on the day you found the guy. This little guy just had to come right after me. Second floor was covered in mud, too. Had to go back to our cell. I would have gotten away with this if I had an off night and brought you bums down here. Hi, Quachi. I haven't seen you in a while, but wow, you were here a long time ago. Came to dug that tunnel just now. How exactly did you do it? How? Used everything I could to get my hands on. I'm doing well. How are you? Hammers, spoons, you name it. It's been every time I had on this cockamamie fixer. And what do I got to show for it now, huh? Okay, do not be disheartened, friend. Tomorrow is another day. There's an outsider chance Mr. Carcerado and Knight must met face to face just before Knight's death. That's good to hear. I see what other details I can extract from him. Do we have time for a rebuttal? I think we do. It's you guys, huh? You're the ones who found my secret getaway tunnel. No, you shut up. What are you telling to hold it? No, you said you don't know nothing. You don't know what I had to do. I had to come crawling back to the fixer monk. I'd grovel and kowtow day after day. How you gonna give me back the hours, huh? The days, the months. I can't get a word in edgewise. You never stuck your nose in my tunnel. Never. Now how long took me to dig that freaking tunnel?
Hold it!
So the tunnel was all your own work? Every inch. See anybody else in my cell when you was there, huh? It's quite an effort, even for an athlete. And now that I think about it, that's an insane amount of digging for one guy. Yeah, well, you don't even know half of it, kid. Ah, coins! Ain't like I had a choice. Trust nobody and don't get caught. Them's the rules Conan's gotta live by. Oh, you know, those being a great thief are pretty similar. Hey, I'd rather you didn't start sympathizing with the suspect. I was just joking, Mr. Edgeworth. It ain't no stinking joke to me. You punks owe me. I had me a guard uniform, a whole dug, and a plan in place, so only for it on the day you found the guy.
Hold it!
Uniform, was that from the fixer too? Uh-huh, sure was. Heard he had something on one of the guards. Had the guy swipe it from a pal's locker. And were you wearing it when you were crawling through the tunnel? Nope. Would've got dirt on it. Had to hold on to it until I got to the holding cell. Once I was out of there and all dressed up, open cell door should have been a piece of cake. Here we go, I thinks. Beat him beckons. And then the furball here jumps up at me, which would have been the moment you captured on camera. I say I'd be grateful you could add that to your testimony. Once I was out of that tunnel and all dressed up, opening the cell door should have been a piece of cake.
Hold it!
Open the cell door should have been a piece of cake, you say. Sure, you think seems easy after dragging yourself through a hole in the ground. And you're familiar with the layout of the detention center, even though you live in the prison? Well, why wouldn't I be? It ain't like I'd never been there before. If you're familiar with the detention center, then you'd surely be aware. Unlike the doors of the main prison, holding cell doors are locked with the actual keys. And I'm sure Mr. Carsvito would have needed that particular piece of evidence to make his escape. This little guy just had to come right after me.
Hold it!
When was it you realized you were being pursued? Right when I'd gotten out of the tunnel. Right when I thought I was home free. You didn't notice anything before that? When you were in the tunnel, perhaps? Nah, he wasn't around. I made sure of it. I knew the little guy would have been all over me, kind of like a rat if he had been. I was so close I could smell it, and there he was, the little bum. Don't you think you're being a little mean to your friend? Poor Teddy. Mean nothing, he rumbled me last time, now he's rumbled me again. Kid's all over me, what am I supposed to do? Coming after me yesterday was bad enough. Second floor was covered in mud, too. Had to get back to our cell.
Hold it!
You didn't consider trying to escape with Teddy? What if I coulda? All that mud would have given us away. Chances to break out of the slammer didn't exactly grow on trees, pal. When one comes along, you gotta go do it right. Followed by the one who loves him most. It's almost tragic. There's an outside chance Mr. Carsvito and Knight met face to face just before his murder. I just listen carefully to each of his statements and look over the evidence we have. Alright, there we go. Let's present the keys.
Objection!
You claimed that leaving the holding cell would have been a piece of cake, as you put it. Yeah, you got a problem with that? Because we can make it a problem if you catch my drift. Even once you had a nice cell, you still had another door to contend with. How exactly do you plan on opening it? Mr. Carsvito, I posit that leaving the cell would have been a piece of cake. Well, because you had the key. I don't got no stinking key. I didn't need one. It was a piece of cake because the door was open. I walked right out.
Objection!
Yes, this nice cell was vacant by that point. There would have been no reason to lock it. And it was indeed unlocked when I went to examine it for myself. Perhaps when you'd finally succeed today, it truly was unlocked because it was after the murder. Did you attempt to escape previously? Yeah, the security footage shows when you tried and failed because Teddy caught you. It was during the circus performance, before the body was discovered. The holding cell was still locked that time because no one knew that Knight had been killed yet. Therefore, you must have had the key to a cell on you. Without it, your escape would have not been possible. Urgh. Barg! Are you saying... could he really have? I believe he could, yes. The theft of the keys was in fact perpetrated by none other than... Mr. Carsvito. He's the one who attacked the guard. But not just the guard. Knight, too. All to gain possession of the guard's keys. It wasn't me, you lousy bum. I didn't even know this Knight guy. As you stole the keys, you went back to your cell to avoid suspicion. Then you waited for the perfect moment to escape. A moment when the prison would be almost deserted. That's right. The moment of the show, just before the discovery of the body. Luckily for you, that particular attempt was thwarted by your furry friend. Says who, huh? You got proof, genius? This ain't your win yet. Nuh-uh. Knight knocked the guard out for the count, and everybody knows it.
Objection!
Don't play games with me. Knight was as much a victim as the guard in this case. As a matter of fact, I have proof that Knight had been attacked in his cell.
Take that!
The blood. We found traces of Knight's blood on the cleanly wiped floor of his cell. What could possibly explain such a thing other than him having been attacked? It was you who attacked him. You ambushed both of them and stole the keys. Warg! Maya Otta, what's with you, huh? That newspaper wiped that blood up good. Ain't no way you should have found it. Okay, but why did you think you had to wipe it up, anyway? They checked the guard's hands. They would have seen those two never came to blows. That blood gave up the whole game. Ain't no way they don't figure there was a third man in the ring. Plus, once they started sniffing around on the floor, they'd found the tunnel in a heartbeat. So why did the blood buy yourself a little more time, so you could wait for a better opportunity? Sadly, the opportunity you saw wasn't good enough for you to clear the prison, it seems. Now hand over the keys. Kirk, Warg! Kirk! Right. In the kisser. That was unexpected. And then the polar bear attack. Oh, KO'd by a lousy, stinking bum. Fine, you want keys? Here. I hope you choke on them.
Overruled.
Wait a moment. If Mr. Carsredo here had the keys... Indeed, Your Honor. Your theory relies on not having used the keys he allegedly stole to escape his cell. That's the only way he would have been able to enter Mr. Saint's cage and be moved to the workshop. Unfortunately for you, we now know the theory cannot possibly be true. Hi! No! Guess this changes things up a bit, yeah? The only person who could have moved Knight's body is the one person who knew about the tunnel. No, you gotta be freaking. Mr. Carsredo, you're under arrest. I'm quiet now, pal. But you got the wrong guy. I didn't do nothing. Alright, fine. I knocked those two chumps out. And I stole the keys. That's that. I went right back to my cell, waited for my moment. Next time I went to Knight's cell, there was nobody around. And I mean nobody. Plus his body was found in the workshop. Think I just magicked my way in there or something? Couldn't have gotten him out of my cell. Indeed, you only had the key to Knight's cell. You couldn't have left your own cell back in the prison. But Mr. Canis' dog could. What? It was not you but Helma who moved the body from your cell to the workshop. I get it now. You're saying he wasn't the only con in this conspiracy. Indeed, one could easily imagine that Mr. Carsredo and Mr. Canis might have worked together. Mr. Carsredo could have killed Mr. Knight and dragged him back to his cell. And then Mr. Canis' dog took him from there to the workshop. There are no restrictions on the animal's movements within the prison. Movement between the detention center and the prison proper, however, is tightly controlled. There's only one possible route, and only you could have taken advantage of it, Mr. Carsredo. Alright, I think this is where we're going to have to leave it right here. I don't think we're any closer to solving this. I don't think we're that close to the end. Because, again, how did he get the bell? So the bell came from the prison... Wait. It's almost done. 3 minutes? Okay. Alright. Well, you can take advantage of it. Hold it. How can you be so sure, huh? There's more than you just don't know. Oh, something tells me that digging even a single tunnel is arduous enough. You got that right. You try to escape more than one hole in the dirt with a spoon. Like with me, I didn't have to dig the whole way. Somebody already did a bunch of the work for me. What? You didn't dig the entire tunnel yourself? Nope. Found it when they put me in that cell. Ran all the way from there to the well in the yard already. Even looked down the well to check it from there. It was the same tunnel, alright. That's made good on what somebody else already started. And what was the original tunnel for? Who knows? You're the one who with all the answers, pal. Maybe somebody else tried to break out. Or maybe the animals dug it. Like to get water from the well or something. Or more plausible scenarios than that in B-grade movies, Kay. Well, let's try, kid. Ain't no water to be had down there. Though, come think of it. I smell. Yeah, I always smell kinda nice down there. Nice. Gee, I don't know. It smells sort of like dessert, I guess. A sweet scent. It sounds very familiar. Where did we come across a sweet scent before? On the body.
Take that!
Ted Gumshoe noticed a sweet smell when we were examining Knight's body. With the help of a police dog, we followed the scent of the body and traced its route back through the prison. That, Mr. Carsredo, was how we found your tunnel. Could that same sweet scent be what you noticed coming from the well? Very clever, Mr. Edgeworth. You mean to suggest that this is evidence of the body having been moved through the tunnel? I do. Furthermore, Mr. Carsredo, you are the only person who could have done it. Nobody else had access. You have our thanks, Mr. Carsredo. Truly. Finally, the truth comes into view. Now, unburden yourself. It is time. Confess your role in this tragic incident. Well, you ain't pinning this on me. I'm glad to see that we are finally in agreement, Your Honor. Oh, if only we were, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Crossfader may have been an accomplice, but not of Mr. Canis, no. He's working with Mr. Knight.
Hold it!
What do you mean? I don't believe that he moved Mr. Knight's body. Instead, I believe that he lent Mr. Knight the use of the keys he stole. Are you kidding me? It doesn't seem likely that he attacked Mr. Knight. That doesn't necessarily mean that Mr. Knight was knocked unconscious as a result. Well, he wasn't. What if he and Mr. Crossfader had reached a certain agreement? What kind of agreement, exactly? Mr. Knight was plotting an escape for which he required a means of leaving a cell. And here was that precise means, in the form of the keys Mr. Crossfader had just stolen from the guard. Mr. Crossfader himself would need to pass through Mr. Knight's cell in order to effect his own escape. Mr. Knight needed only to shout and alert the guards, and Mr. Crossfader's plans would have been ruined. And so, the two struck a deal. Lady, the only striking I do is with my fists. My, still you deny it. So, we're agreeing that we still disagree? Mr. Knight and Mr. Crossfader unlock a cell so that when Mr. Satan arrived, he could escape into the cage. It's been 3 minutes, Treeborn. Mr. Satan was unable to move into the prison proper just as planned. Aha! And then he took Mr. Knight into the workshop and did the dirty deed.
Objection!
Were neither of you listening? Santa's nice body proves that it was taken through the tunnel. It was moved from itself to the... Perhaps if you would let me finish, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm not denying that Mr. Knight's body was moved through the tunnel. What are you driving at? Is this a trick question? Say, Mr. Edgeworth, sweet sense shows the route the body took. However, it did not enter the tunnel from Mr. Knight's cell. Well, then how did it get down there? There's another possibility, one you seem to have overlooked. The well in the yard. Could a body not have entered the tunnel from there? The well in the yard? Oh yeah, that thing. Mr. Saint did not take the cage to the workshop. He took it outside. Did he kill Mr. Knight? He threw his body down the well. Mr. Cain's dog then dragged Mr. Knight's body here into his owner's cell from the bottom of the well. On that note, I would ask you to recall something. What was happening in the yard at the approximate time of the body's discovery? Circus show, right? You and Simeon were performing for everyone. Wait, Simeon. Indeed. And so you see how it must also have been him who disposed of the body. This guy was a truly formidable opponent. She so effortlessly adjusted her theory to fit the facts. Suppose that Mr. Knight was taken to the yard, not the workshop. As we established, Mr. Saint was off stage for 15 minutes. Ample time to throw the body down the well. I'm sure you will agree.
Objection!
Objection is impressive, Your Honor. However, even supposing that Knight's body was indeed thrown down the well, you cannot conclusively say that it was during this show. It could have happened at a different time.
Overruled.
My sympathies, Mr. Edgeworth, but it simply cannot have. What? Mr. Crossfader was using the tunnel around the time the show began. Mr. Crossfader, did you happen to trip over a corpse while you were down there? No. The place was clean. Nurk. If I had been at the bottom of the well before the show began, Mr. Crossfader would have seen it. Harry saw no such thing. Which makes it somewhat difficult to support your theory. Furthermore, Mr. Knight's body was discovered in the workshop after the show. In summary, the body must have been thrown down the well and moved to the workshop. At some point during the show. Tell me, who else could have done that, Mr. Saint? Nagoo! Well, what do we do, Mr. Edgeworth? Body did indeed enter the tunnel from the well. Things don't look good. Mr. Saint, still. Your Honor, your theory is still just that, a theory. And I posit that you lack the evidence to back it up. I can see that for a moment. I do not. May I suggest we investigate the yard again? Very well. May the gods of justice go with you. And to the yard. Perhaps we can finally put this case to rest. It just keeps going, Treeborn. That was a perfect place to stop. What's that sound? Yikes, is there a fire? Somebody else escape? Should we just maybe skip down too? Darling's peace. There's nothing to be alarmed about. Which, I mean, that's not an alarm. It's a dinner bell. That was a save point? Alright. I thought it was a pretty good save point anyway. Alright, we save here, I guess. Oh. Eh, well. Yeah, we gotta go. We're already late. Alright, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you all had a great night. No stream tomorrow. Ow. We'll be back on... That's okay. Anyway, so we'll be back, Friday with more Final Fantasy. Make some progress in the story. Probably won't be getting any more horses, but, we'll be focused on the story. So anyway, hope you all have a great night, and, sleep well, have good dreams. Hope you have a good day tomorrow, and have a great day tomorrow as well. I hope to see you guys back here on Friday. Good night, everyone. Fox out. Night-night.